people of Maserati. Yeah, let's go back on the Sacramento tree. Fellow citizens, one amen, feed that giant. Complete popo, retire with your story. Well, you came to us, you told us plenty lies. Now we know you want big darkness.
Fake oppositions.
When black people in the land, one I make and one I let giant. To have a man now, one I make must come down. Really, move. That play you said in an antro and play, oh. When I'm begging you say, you just gotta calm down. FIFA around, oh. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down. The reform not around. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down.
We will get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. If I get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. They want to not smell it, the other one they can smell it. Get out of when you can smell it. If I man.
This time around, who we carrying? People they talking to. We don't have a plenty talk that who we carrying. People they talking to.
But I got sweet mind full of so skin. Don't fall for them, that minute I so skin. It's a real Tifa. We can see the development they say they will bring. We can see the salary they promise to share. That's so scared. You don't scare, oh. If I not pay school in this country, if I not pay hospital in this country, if I not pay road in this country, if I building bridges in this country.
Tifada Brabi, begin respect your Brabi.
Don't want fella coming up, won't get him popo. Talking to lawmaker, no monkey.
Your pofo, we will call it.
If contract and terrain coming up, more get you pofo.
We will call it.
But good bad terrain coming up, more get mon pofo.
Your pofo, we will call it.
If rubber terrain coming up, more get mon pofo.
Pofo, we will call it.
Barrow medicine, yeah. We go you, Iron of Africa, yeah. We stand with you.
Anything that you talk about, anything you want to. You feel us. This time around, who we carrying? People they talking to. We don't have a plenty talk that who we carrying. People they talking to. The first time we came with defensive system, you are acting like that you the best man.
Yoga.
But now we coming with attacking system. To treat you just like one contribution. The people that are guaranteed father and joke. You like it or not, you want to be the home. You know you have a good time, you know you have a children show. This thing you say, you just gotta calm down. People around, nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down. The reform not around. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down.
We will get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. If I get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. They want to not smell it, the other one they can smell it. Get out of when you can smell it. Tifada man, oh.
This time around, who we carrying? People they talking to. We don't have a plenty talk that who we carrying. People they talking to.
But I got sweet mind full of so skin. Don't fall for them, that minute I so skin. It's a real Tifa. We can see the development they say they will bring. We can see the salary they promise to share. That's so scared. You don't scare, oh. If I not pay school in this country, if I not pay hospital in this country, if I not pay road in this country, if I building bridges in this country.
Tifada Brabi, begin respect your Brabi.
Don't want fella coming up, won't get him popo. Talking to no monkey, mon pofo.
Your pofo, we go call it.
A contract on your terrain coming, no monkey, shoe pofo.
We go call it.
Begu by terrain coming, no monkey, mon pofo.
Your pofo, we go call it.
A rubber terrain coming, no monkey, mon pofo.
Pofo, we go call it.
Barrow medicine, yeah. We go you, Lion of Africa, yeah. Stand with you.
Anything that you talk, anything you want to. Bella, you feel us. This time around, who we carry? People they talking to, baby. We don't have a plenty of talk, that who we carry? People they talking to, baby. The first time we came with defensive system, you are acting like you the best man.
Loga.
But now we coming with attacking system. We treat you just like one contribution. The people that are guarantee father and joke. You like it or not, you want to me the home. You know you have a good time, we know you have a venture. This time around,
We will get them once upon sweat, get them once upon sweat. If I get them once upon sweat, get them once upon sweat. If I get them once upon sweat, get them once upon sweat.
when black people in the time, one I make and one I let.
Hold that we are coming the key in a smart thing because your partner say 1960 will not be president, no one will become president. You're passing around with fake picture, fake news. One point got like poor friend go about and play. You're saying that they will kill you, okay, when they kill me no bear, when they kill me no bear me your knee. As you are parling over Bermia, am I money? Nobody more in the country are going or Naya business. Once not my you are not feeling me. So please leave me out. We are going here. Now we enjoying peace. And the key on our business. Your partners and this is not become president. No way for them, no left on us. So they jealous in our government. You are the other enjoy our government, yeah. Hold that we are going the key in a smart thing because your partners and 1960 will not be president, no one will become president. You're passing around with fake picture, fake news. One point got like poor friend go about and play. You're saying that they will kill you, okay, when they kill me no bear, when they kill me no bear me your knee. As you are parling over Bermia, am I money? Nobody more in the country are going or Naya business. Once not my you are not feeling me. So please leave me out. We are going here. Now we enjoying peace. And the key on our business. Your partners and this is not become president. No way for them, no left on us. So they jealous in our government. You are the other enjoy our government, yeah.
Right.
Was she in the can you give us a brief description? We are hearing it was on the 5th floor, it was on the 3rd floor, it was outside in the yard. Can you tell us where you found the body?
So from the responding officers, we were told that the body was found at the back of the compound. At the back of the compound. In the very back of the compound. That's where the body was discovered. All right.
So before you enter the compound,
right.
Mr. Carter, you should go through security, right?
Right.
Have you established that?
So that is one of the reasons why we wasted no time but to ensure that we started speaking immediately with the security. There were those who were quibbling us. Why is it we're quibbling with, interrogating the security? Because the security were the first, persons of contact, that she encountered before entering into the compound. So it was important for us to, speak to the security to find out how did she enter the compound, why did she enter the compound, and all of that. So
do the building have a CC camera or CCTV?
We have asked the management, as a matter of fact, to ensure that we can take a hold of, a camera, the building's camera. And so all of that will be used in our investigation as a way of, establishing, the facts of how she entered the compound, and for what purpose she entered the compound and all of that.
So, with the exception of the store, thank you, Dr. Abel. You're going to come in after this last question. With the exception of the store being a building material store, do we have residents in that building?
Exactly, we do have residents.
Okay, have you guys reached out to them?
And those residents residents yesterday were invited, and like I said, 10 persons, inclusive of the securities and the residents, were invited at the headquarters, and interrogation started with them yesterday.
How important it is upon discovering a body in the back of the Farage building material that you secure the scene, like they do here in America, put a yellow tape line, nobody come in, nobody get out. Talk to us about securing the crime scene, and why up to now you do not have access to the CCTV camera, knowing very well it can be tampered with.
So when the incident occurred, when our officers responded, the crime scene was constructed. And then we had officers that were deployed there at the crime scene to ensure that there was no interference or tampering with the crime scene. We had not, decided to entirely shut down the compound until yesterday, when that determination was made late yesterday of, shutting down the compound. So as I speak to you, the compound is currently shut down while the investigation is continuing. On the aspect of the CCTV, like I said, the CCTV plays a very pivotal role, especially so the company being a very huge company, building construction company. The CCTV plays a very pivotal role in this investigation because what it will do is that it will help us in, having a view of the entry of the deceased, and not only the entry, but her movement into the compound prior to her death. So our investigators are making every frantic efforts.
All right. We are not to waste much of the time. We will now bring in how are you keeping?
I'm good, Abraham. How are you?
I am doing quite fantastic, and I'm happy that you are here with us tonight. And my friend and brother Francis, how you doing?
I'm grateful, but I'm mourning. As a Liberian, Liberia. That's why you see the black nectar. This represents mourning. Somebody died, or people are dying. That is why I am the way I am tonight. I'm not bluffing. Mama Liberia is bleeding. People are dying unnecessarily. And the people we surrender our political rights to steady the affair of our state, our welfare, our security, our happiness is being questioned.
Okay, we'll go into that. For me, I've been pretty much I have been mourning too. I have been feeling very bad to the extent that I never went to work today. That is how far it can be able to tell you how best do I really mourn for our sister. And not just only for her, for every Liberian people, because every day there is a death news in our country. Howard, let's start with you. What is, before we get you to start, what is on your mind briefly for you to be able to tell us before we dive into the discussions?
Okay, Abraham and Francis, you guys, thanks for having us. And thanks for sharing your platform with us today on the precedence of justice, as we always do, and we always fight for and always ask for. What's really on my mind? This is not a rocket science. That's what's really on my mind. This is not rocket science. People in America, they always want to compare themselves with America, and that's what really irks some of our spirit. It really pisses some of us off, because you want to portray and compare yourself with America, but you don't have the logistics, and you don't have the experts. You don't have the professionalism as the people in America. Moses' Cassell or crime scene was contaminated. What crime scene they protected? There were witnesses on the scene that even saw cotton ball in the trash with blood under the use. The same cotton ball they used to wipe her, they put it in the trash. All those things are evidence. The people are incompetent. They cannot give you. It's like you asking somebody to give you what they don't have. I can't go in the surgery room right now and say I'm going to commit surgery and do surgery on a patient. I don't have a medical license. I never went to medical school. We are asking people to do things for others. They are not qualified to do it. And for me, as a person who is a victim sister, who worked in the justice system of Liberia, who dealt with Moses Cassell, he's a fraud. He's incompetent, and he has no idea of what he's doing or what he's talking about. And the reason why we'll come on every platform until Princess Copra case is settled, we will debunk their lies all the time. Because I know him and I work in the system. You know, it's easier when Liberian people then talk things because some of them, they never had sisters or brothers or cousins who died. So they can say anything they want to say. Anything they want to say, they can say it because they have not been in our shoes. Until they can be in our shoes, then they can talk. I work in the Liberian justice system. It's polluted. They have unprofessional people who have no expertise. They have no experts. The girl has not even been worked on by a pathologist. A police spokesman come and say no lacerations, no foul play. Who is he to give that conclusion? Who is he?
All right. Well, who are you there? My friend and brother Francis, you take it for an hour.
Yeah, you know, I want to speak on the front of law enforcement, procedural system, and litigation.
From the legal
you know,
perspective.
one way or the other, me too, like how I said, I work in the system too before I came here. And the good news is, Mr. Kamara also work in the system. Okay? At the level of internal affairs, I work at the level of Minister of Foreign Affairs. And coming from the background of political science. So we are closer to the system of law. I wouldn't want to blame Moses Carter 100% for what he said to the public, because he's an ordinary police officer, based on my understanding.
He is not an ordinary police officer. Moses Carter.
Can you give me a chance to learn, please? Can you give me a chance? That's a reason for me using that adjective. Moses Carter and I did some courses at the level of University of Liberia Public Administration, so I know him too a little bit, okay? It's an ordinary police officer. He went to police academy and got trained and become a policeman. That's the first requirement for you to have the opportunity to be appointed as a police spokesperson, basically public face. So based on system and practice in our country, including here in America, depending on the state you live in, the spokesperson of the police take directive from the investigators, because he's not an investigator. Is it the investigator that is lying to Moses Carter, or the investigators that is lying to Moses Carter, or it is Moses Carter? It is that Moses Carter is making the stories. That's a big question we need to ask. That's one. Number two, we, the people of Liberia, we have all fundamental rights to assemble peacefully and to protest and to seek redress on the basis of our unhappiness about our government. So Liberian people can gather in their majority to do whatever they want to do to seek redress under the law. The third issue here is litigation is very expensive. And the police department, including the Minister of Justice, cannot just walk to anybody's house. But like how I said, I want to side with her. There are a lot of people that work in the system that push these buttons, and they don't even know what kind of button to push. Some of them know what kind of button to push, but because of interest, you know, we got this system in Liberia, or this makeup, or big hands. When big hands is behind something, it means the police people cannot easily handle it. The Minister of Justice, by statute, by law, by practice, and by protocol, is the #1 highest ranking officer in our country when it comes to law enforcement. In most countries, the Minister of Justice or the Attorney General can actually prosecute the president if they went long under the breach of peace. But we're not smelling that anytime soon. The Minister of Justice cannot even question the presidential minister, who is just chief of staff to the president. Okay? So the point here is, this lady died as a result of certain things we don't know about, and we don't have the expertise to know about it. However, everything they've done, they have not done it right. On the basis of our justice system and the justice system here in America, police effect arrest on the basis of probable cause. That cause is the one the police department, through the Minister of Justice, supposed to showcase incompetent color jurisdiction so that the court can get the police authority to move in and get the camera and look into it on the basis of probable cause. Most Carter talk about bigger investigation that they have not gotten the camera yet. The first thing they should, and they fight that death occur. That crime scene should be secure based on practice, system, and full litigation. That's the first thing they should have done. The second thing would have been go to court and ask the court to give them authority to seize the building so that the police can be able to find what they're looking for that could be directly or indirectly related to the death of this woman. They do the same thing here. If somebody file a complaint against you through the police or through the Attorney General office, they go to court and require for arrest warrant if it requires that. For your living body to go to court. Okay? If they're not doing that and they're giving all lecture, then I wouldn't want to jail 100% hold Moses Carter responsible. I hold the Minister of Justice responsible. Because all the law enforcement in Liberia, with the exception of the army, they fall under the Minister of Justice, including immigration, police, NSA. All of them fall under Minister of Justice. Even the EPS fall under Minister of Justice, even though they are kind of presidential, but they all fall under Minister of Justice. And you know what? Another disappointment is Councillor Musa Dean come from the human rights background for over 3 decades. Human rights background. Now he's a Minister of Justice. I don't know what is going on. Is there any conflict of interest somewhere? Or it is just that the current power is not listening to the councillor? Because this is his area. This is what he did for a living before he became Justice Minister. But he's not doing his job. The number of people that have died in our country, untimely death, unresolved, unidentified, illegal death. There is no single episode of those deaths that have been resolved in terms of full litigation and investigatory processes. So, aside with Howard, 2 things involved. Either the people are purely incompetent or big hands are always involved. And that's why the Justice Minister is not doing his job.
So my point here is very straight and foul. Let us look at the crime scene. When did this crime occur? When did this crime occur? It will lead us to finding out who committed the crime. When the crime occurred, when did the police, because as I hear, that the first thing first is that they were looking for this guy, that it was one quote-unquote person who was climbing in a tree, saw this guy's body. All right, so let us understand that first thing first, that the guy's body was found to that place. The first thing first is that whole place ought to be barricaded. That whole place to be protected for any other intruders. Now, you never did that. You refused to request for the get call log. You refused to request for the video camera, the CCTV. You refused to invite, because when the girl went first to the place, the security asked the girl who you came to. You refuse for you to first and first call those security officers for cautioning. When you hear some of us saying it, then you go now, you go. Evidence have been tampered with already. This get death, evidence have been tampered with. Because number one, Moses Carter is saying Monday or Tuesday or maybe Wednesday that we'll get a call up. They asked him for the CCTV and saying, oh, maybe maybe we'll start seeing what we can be able to. So the CC camera is the first thing first. That let us forget when this death occurred. There was some guards that they say, oh my man, no, you make it close our bossman do here. Those guards supposed to be called for cautioning. But our police, they are inept. This garden, they are there full duffel. They are there full duffel. And that is the reason why that our country is going to the way it is going. To the extent that the president can arrive in the country, no lie to RIA. To the extent that the president flat arrived at RIA, no lie. And then people are saying, you know, this guy was killed by these Liberian people. They don't want me to say that, but I'm going to say it here tonight. Let them call the manager for that building construction company. Let them call that manager and caution him. Let them call him and caution him. Are they doing
Francis,
that?
can I say something, Abraham?
Yeah, come in.
Okay, so for me, I guess all of us who live in structured countries, everybody that is suspect the victim is a prime suspect until not proven guilty. This girl also had a friend. She had sisters, she had cousins, she had other people, and then she called them. She made a call to her friend, or her friend knew she was going there. Where is the friend? We don't want just somebody writing statement and just writing something and say, I gave a statement. Why are they not interrogating their friend as well? Because you know what happened? The fact of the matter, whoever that killed her, and we're not going to assume, because the police should have expertise to give us probable cause. This girl knew the environment. She knew her killers. The girl was doing something, working somewhere else. She's a caterer. She was baking cake. She was even an instructor at a cake school. Somebody called the girl. When somebody called me, you know how we take calls here, Abraham. So then we pick up, we see calls, we say, the other person, I will call them back. They're not ready, they're not something important they call me for. For a person to leave what they were doing and went to that location, she knew that location, she been there. She know her environment, and the friend that she trusted to call, she didn't call her auntie, because I heard that she have an auntie who is a nurse. She didn't call her auntie to say, something happened to me or I'm in danger. She called her friend. Where is the friend? We don't want statements. Where is the friend? So I don't want to just go ahead and say, hey, Lebanese people, because it's a big, I'm hearing that it's a big location. People have Yanda boys inside there. They're even a money changer at the gate. The gate that princess enter is a guy who changes money there. So it's a really basic area that nobody will say they don't know nothing, they didn't hear nothing. So now the friend just coming and giving a statement. It's not enough. You know the reason, and now I'm saying she was safe. She felt safe in that environment. That's why she went there. Number one, in Liberia, I know that even my little nieces and so they going somewhere, they got friends or somebody they carry with them. For her to even go there by herself and take a call and go there, she was familiar with that environment. Somebody there knows something. Has the boyfriend also given testimony? Has the boyfriend been called for investigation? We have to look at all these things then, yeah. We're not going to play a game because like I told you guys, when I come here and speak on this thing, I'm not coming to be reading from magazine, from story on the internet. My sister's body was found, just her Princess Cooper body was found in Keba. And the same Moses Carter shook my hand and said we will be in touch. 3 years later, my mother had never gotten a call from Moses Carter. That's why I'm saying they are incompetent to all the cases that we have in Liberia, Vivian RIA, Odell Sherman, Prince Carby. All the people that have died, they have not given a full investigation story and we got a justice conclusion. They are incompetent. And that's the reason why I'm asking the family tonight to ask for an independent pathologist. We do not trust the polluted system, the Liberian justice system. The family needs to request a private person that is neutral to come, because this story got so many twists to it, and Princess knew her killer. Nobody will just pick up a call and just drive and go again, a taxi or a keke or a bike and go directly to that location. She was safe with that environment. She knew where she was going. She knew her killer. And Moses Carter, they must start playing the games with our people. It's about time to tell us exactly what happened to this girl. And then the reason why I say Moses Carter is fraud and he's incompetent, the man sat on a station and said, we will ask the Lebanese people and then we'll ask the store owner. You don't ask as a public official. to protect people, you demand. We want that video. We want that friend to be reinvestigated. The friend that she called. Because you know what it means that when I'm in danger, I don't call my sister. I don't call my mother. I don't call my auntie. I call my friend. That friend was a trusted friend. And we need that friend to talk.
Thank you. My friend and brother, the pendulum is turned to you.
Yeah, the key word in this is the issue of incompetency. I 100% agree with Hawa on that note. In the first place, the reasonable grounds has not been established, evident by the incompetencies of the police and the Minister of Justice. But this time, they should have a court warrant. But this time, ever since, they should have that. Because, I sometimes don't blame people when they compare Liberia with America on the basis of international relations and international law, country to country, government to government. And traditionally and diplomatically, everything we're doing in Liberia, the intents of public policy, constitution, and the likes, is a copy and paste from America. Because what? American Colonization Society established the country formally, the ACS. Okay? So I agree with on that. On the other side, majority of the people you find in government today, yesterday and today, majority of them were here doing just what we're doing. Cracking in, cracking out, and they're gone over there. They do not even follow 15% of the life they live here. In America, AB, I know it, your own girlfriend, your own wife you married, if she says she wanted, you do it, that's rape. In Liberia, they can follow 15, 13 years old. Oh, people that went to school here and go to Liberia to work, they do that. So my point here is, it's a bad situation. No other way to put it. It's a bad situation for our country. Send this government into power. But the primary institution responsible for the protection of our country, our people, it is the Minister of Justice. Because all the law enforcement institutions fall under the Minister of Justice. If the police is not performing to our expectation, then the people will go to seek redress. They should do their oversight. Okay? They should do their oversight.
Even this morning, there was another body found even this morning.
Another body found, that one not even enough. In Grand Crew, another hunter
was killed today, murder.
Another hunter was killed. So it is becoming the new normal. This is the new normal. Can you imagine? Part of the presidential convoy on the tour, presidential county tour, executive protective service officer trained across the globe got shot. No investigatory conclusion. That is that's how croonings, systematic, okay, this thing has become. It has become persistent. And it is almost like there is no redress. And this is the fundamental reasons why those of us that read the science of politics, we want to approach different aspects of it. Not just regular elections. Because we keep voting and the people keep doing the same thing. They're not changing. So why not we go to the next approach? Because when the country continues to go through this,
what could be the next approach? What could be the next approach?
The interest of Thomas Hobbes is destroyed. The interest of Jean Rousseau, then we need to approach that. Because Thomas Hobbes said in his State of Nature that we should have a neutral body to surrender our political rights to protect us so that we are happy. Okay? And the reason for that, because society is nasty, that they're bad people. So if we don't have a powerful body to create a balance between the weak and the strong, the society will be in anarchy. And that's what we see in Liberia right now. That's what we see. So if we continue to vote for people and they're not changing, they keep repeating what even got us to be where we are today, then we, the people, we need to think twice. And you know, another philosopher said you cannot fight for the people. We must fight along with the people. The people in the majority in Liberia need to join us to fight for them.
But the people
we
don't
need
want
to
to do
fight
that.
in a collaboration. We can sit here day in, day out and say what we want to say. Yes, of course. We will have some impact. Okay? But we're not going to have really enormous impact on the government. Because what? When they're ready, they can easily call us. We get in the bus, in Keke or motorbike, and go to SKD to go listen to Joshua. How are we going to celebrate 200 years of existence when we can't even protect our country as a government? And people go there to go celebrate it that time. Okay? So it is very, very frustrating. The police have sufficient ground to seize and seal that whole compound. We don't care how much busy they are. We don't care what kind of business, whether that building material business. We don't really care about that. Okay? When a single life is involved, whether born citizen, not born citizen, as long as you are within the territorial confinement of our country, that should ring a real red flag.
Okay.
And a civilized government, serious government, competent government must take that seriously, because what? There are also international implications. But that is the reasons why they're not thinking. They say we are the one causing the problem for them. We are not the one causing the problem for them. We are simply telling their stories. That's what we are doing. Whatever they do, that's what we say. That's what we say.
Okay.
And they have problem with that.
So let us be able to give Howard a chance for you to be able to tell us some of those deaths, because you have a vivid pictorial evidence from some of the past deaths. So I want for you to be able to carry our minds, but that this killing not just started just the few time. That this killing started way back from the inception of this government. Yeah.
So, Abraham, do you want to post the pictures behind you and I can call the victim's name? I sent it to you before.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to get to
You can do that right now. Eh?
Yeah.
I should resend it?
You can resend it, but you can resend it, yeah.
And tonight, as we are talking, there's also another breaking news in the country. Mr. Jetu Makati, a Liberian entrepreneur and a businessman, were brutalized tonight by the ERU boss, Amos Williams. I just got the picture of the brutalization. I will send you the picture so you can show to your audience tonight on your screen. As we're talking, another violation happened tonight. Somebody just beat with a Liberian businessman, very badly beaten. And the pictures came to me tonight that this man, I think the business owner went and said something to his wife. He didn't like it. He went in the store to confront the business owner. And can you imagine? They beat him mercifully tonight. So I'm going to send you, I think I sent you that picture, because the reason why I do this, I like to call our victims name and also add a name to their, a face to their name. Not just, calling their names and nobody know exactly who they are, because all these victims are intertwined to us directly and indirectly. They are our sisters, they are our mothers, they are our cousins, they are our nieces, our nephews. There is something about the victim. Even the boy that died, I sent you that picture, February 11th. A young boy got violated in Liberia, and nobody carried that story again. The story just went. They beat him to death. David Coty in Virginia, district number 17. He was killed, and just because of his bike. Nobody carried that story. The story came and it was gone, and nobody talked about it. Yata Kamara, December 2019. The girl that died at Palm Springs Hotel. I'm going to send you a picture. You can pull a picture in the background. 27 years old. That girl was a breadwinner for her family. A 6-year-old son. When I entered Liberia, I was the first person that ever went to meet her family. Nobody had gone to interact with the family. This girl died by going on a date at Palm Springs Hotel. The casino and manager that she was dating, or they had some kind of friendship. This guy was a Nigerian, and he was able to leave Liberia, while a 27-year-old Liberian young lady, Yata Kamara, was murdered. Liberian people then say all kinds of things. Our victim went to go do prostitution job. It don't matter what she did. As a single woman in her personal life, nobody has the right to take somebody's life and just take it and just walk away and just be free. Nobody have that power. I'm going to send you another little girl picture I also sent you. And I hope you can post it. I hope we'll have another show where you can post our victims. This one was raped so bad that her uterus. I'm sorry for our victims and anybody watching this platform tonight that dealing with any kind of trauma. I apologize to you if you cannot handle the show. I apologize. You would leave the show and it might be too intense to bring back memories to you. This little girl was raped so bad that we don't even know that she would ever be a mother again. And we cover our victims' faces for their privacy, for their ages, and for their dignity. I send you that picture as well. Then we come to our auditor, Mr. Yenswa. He had a CCTV camera in his compound. And those videos were never sent to the public. The Justice Ministry, nobody knew what they to say. A grown man like this that never drank. Well, not even a person who drank. They say he fell over his fence, the fence, over the balcony. No, nothing. And that story left. Then we come to Gifty Lama, our auditors, and the Matthew Innes. Those stories, I send you those pictures because the reason why I send it is sometimes people lose and their memory. We'll always show our victims' faces so we can know, so people can know what these things are happening in Liberia, exactly how personal and close this is. A little girl also died on July 12th. Princess was her name again, 11 years old. You know why she was killed? The woman that put fire on the house said the princess mother was dating her husband. A Liberian woman burned her house with a child in it because of her husband having an affair with her mother. A child died because of grown people in their foolishness. Nobody carried that story to prosecute that woman for killing a child. Then we also had a little boy that his stepmother starved to death. The Liberian person, the woman was pregnant, so they might not arrest her. She was pregnant. They let her go. The husband, the father, we don't even know whether he's still in jail. A child chewed plastic bag for days, and he died. And gender minister, nobody pushed the story. A Liberian child died in the 21st century. And we don't have no civil war going on. Nobody got food properly. No female going around the world. A child died because he was starved to death. Then we're going to go to the pastor in Kakata, Magibi County, August 23rd. 3 little girls came and told their story. How this man, their mother died. Their man is, I think, a mother, family friend or something. He's been violating the children. One little girl was so brave to come and tell her story. Liberian people, who are the church people, they say, oh, that man a good man. That man would not do that kind of thing. That man are what man of God, our daddy. And then 2 girls came later and told their story. Do you know that man is not even in jail? His name is Apostle Franklin Snorton from the Philadelphia church. Okay? And this man is not in jail. Kakata. The citizens then went to his house and bombarded his house. They arrested him. He is not in jail. Then we go to my sister Jackie Anderson. December 27, 2018. Body found in Kebar, Barnesville, in the same congested area as Princess Cooper was also found in the congested area. Ancestor lied there. That's why when I tell you guys, when some of us speak, we're not speaking because we don't like people. We're speaking because we are directly affected. My sister body lied there with under her bra on. Liberians came and stood over the body. All the crime scene was compromised. When I saw the body, nose was broken. The lip was cut in a funeral home. Moses Carter, they were so brave to lie. They had to lie again. And the reason why Princess story resonates with me in a different level, because they are lying once more. There's no laceration. But Moses Carter is not an expert to determine what lacerations entails. There are people who have internal bleeding. They can be bleeding inside, and nothing can be happening on the outside. That doesn't mean that something did not happen to them. He don't even have that expertise to say that. My sister's story was not even investigated. You know what the police told me? What were your sister even doing in Kebar? Because Kebar is already a bad neighborhood. That only bad people can be in that kind of area where she was at. Number one, they re-victimized my sister because of the location. I thought Liberia was a place that no matter what, even a Zoko can get killed in Liberia and justice must be served because he's a Liberian or he or she is a Liberian citizen. They didn't solve the case. Then we go to the 3 missing boys in Liberia. 3 young boys got missing in Liberia. People protested. Their parents spoke for a couple of days. And the story went missing. And then the same Moses Carter came again and lied. Oh, the body, they drowned. What evidence did Moses Carter had to say that the children were drowned? Where is the body? When people are drowned, you can find the body. The body is floating over the water, and you can find the body. These bodies had never been found, and they already concluded that these boys were dead. Who gave them that evidence? There's no justice on it. Then we come to Joel Harris. Joel Harris was last year, right after Easter. A little boy that his mother hired at a school. The man was a journalist at this, and not journalist or cleaning person at the school. This school is also a political leader, Alexander Cummings School. A little child, the cleaning man, lured him to the beach, and the man killed the boy. The man even confessed he had more children, Abraham, that he wanted to kill. Do you know that the woman had never gotten justice, the mother of Joel Harris? Lawmakers, everybody in that same Baptist seminary era had never demanded justice. Then we're going to go to Odell Sherman. Odell Sherman's story made the United States Department of Justice our human rights violation list. Odell Sherman went to go do Senate class or national exam. The house that she went to, the so-called man of God, Reverend Giddens, he lied on the Henry Costa show and said he did not know our victim. Guess what? When I enter Liberia, because there are people in Liberia who really know and they understand the cause of justice, who were able to get internal phone records. The last person that Odell Sherman talked to was Reverend Giddens. Do you guys know that? He lied on the Costa show and said he didn't know that. The reason we are asking for Princess Cooper phone record, because we know the phone record will tell us exactly who Princess Cooper called and spoke to the last person. Odell Sherman, alleged killer, is still walking around. And guess what? The Reverend Giddens, and the first time somebody had died in her household. They said somebody was cleaning her house, on carpenter, or somebody was doing her house. Her house is used as a party house where he have a pool. That's why, for some reason, a creepy man can just be paying small girls their school fee, look for vulnerable girls in the community to be paying their school fee, and lure these girls then in. Because our children are not used to seeing certain things, it make their eyeball big, and they become and finding sugar daddies and men to support them. Odell Sherman's story, the lies. We carry that story. That story was a national story because it entered the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and violations against Liberia list. Guess what? We found two pathologists, Abraham. One said he was a pathologist. We found out that he wasn't. He was a student of Liberian. We went back again and found a second American pathologist. A man came to Liberia and told people how the girl died. Requested semen from the men of the house that night. After this day, the government came back and gave a bogus report that a big girl like that jumped over some little balcony and she fell. Just imagine it's a pattern. They said Yusua fell over a balcony. Now Odell Sherman also fell over a balcony. This is a pattern of repeated lies, okay? And the pathologists of America and the government of Liberia also have that report. They said this girl died from a fractured skull. Meaning somebody, and not only that, EAW Hospital and County Hospital gave two rape reports that she was violated. But the pathologist said that the girl's hair was cracked to the ground so badly. That means somebody took her head and kept hitting it on the rock. That half her skull was fractured. And they came and they gave that lie about Odell Sherman. Then we go to Sam John Davis. John Davis, the Liberian brother, are working on the Sam Darby plantation. This was a foreigner plantation. They say our victim stole on that plantation. Do you know who was that lawyer? 2017, Musa Dean was the lawyer for this case. Musa Dean did not send these people to death. A young boy in Liberia from a very poor family working on a plantation. John Davis died in Liberia on a foreigner plantation without no justice. Then we go to Joyce Gabler. And all these things are from 2017 now come to this new regime. Joyce Gabler, somebody reported a story that Joyce Gabler, they were not treating her right. Blah, blah, they called the general minister to come and move the child. We don't know what happened. For some reason, this baby was not even 9 or 10 months old. The baby died in the care of the general minister. Guess what? To this day, the parents of Joyce Gabler never saw her body. They never had a burial. The general minister said, oh, the girl died, and they buried the girl. Do you know the parents of Joyce Gabler, they never saw their child's body? And nobody in Liberia thought that it was very strange that somebody would bury somebody's child with all their consent. Then we go to the little boy that was in Nimba County. He was sodomized by a 38-year-old man. This man was from Sierra Leone, Freetown. He violated a Liberian child, sodomized him, and for some reason, the man was able to escape the country. How did he escape the country? Then we go to Baby Blessing. I sent you all these pictures, and I really wish you could put our victims' pictures on the scene as I call their names. Baby Blessing, one lady with the anti boyfriend, a 3-year-old child, I'm talking about, raped to death. That story never went nowhere. Then we go to Prince Carby. Also, 2019 happened in around the highway where the Winners Chapel Church was. Prince Kabi was a drummer for this church. He did the drumming, the beating for them, all the things. He played their music for them. A talented, gifted young man. We never heard or see a Prince Kabi family members or nothing. When that one woman came and said she was Prince Kabi's sister, our advocates Martina Konate and Sherry went on the scene when you were in Liberia to pursue this case. After a couple of days, the sister said, "Oh, she ain't talking to us again." Prince Kabi's body was found not even on the street, though, in a church compound, neck broken, shoulder broken. Nobody claimed our victim because you know what happened. He was a boy who drew water for other people. So nobody saw the value because he didn't have a parent or somebody to speak on his case. Prince Kabi's story went MIA. The church people refused to speak to the media, and nobody investigated the church people because of why? A broken system. Then let's go to the 2020, the little girl that had a baby, the 13-year-old girl by the stepfather, Johnson Chulote, the 15-year-old girl that he raped and impregnated, and she also had a baby. Every one of us in Mambakle carried that story. What happened to him? Is he still in jail? What happened to that story? Then we go to the little girl that was also 15-year-old, where the Christian school, Front Page Africa, carried that story. The teacher of the school molested her. She told her story live. What happened to that teacher? That June 2020. Then I go to one of my youngest victims, Favor, from Lofa County. We brought her from Lofa County to Monrovia to get medical help. She was in a school, some school that's called the Chinese Academy. It's in Lofa County, living with the auntie. The little girl, 9-year-old, they raped her so bad. The father came on my platform to tell his daughter story, demanding justice. They have done everything that you think a person would do for their parents. Because some people, they will not speak for their children. But their particular family fought for justice. The little girl was so brave. She told the people in Lofa County where the teacher used the unfinished building. And I just heard molested other children. That school is still open today in Lofa County. Nobody pursued the story. Then we're going to go to 2019. The 15-year-old girl from the church, it was a children protection. I think that the criminal court arrested this man at Justice Ministry for violating a 15-year-old girl from his church. That story never went. And the reason why I say people are incompetent, you can't be giving stories and saying, "Oh, we're gonna investigate." Investigate with no update. Investigation with no results. All these stories are unsolved stories. Then the woman that was her in Nima County, 60-year-old woman, was arrested. They found a dead baby in the box. I say you all that in there. The woman here is still in the same county, Nima County, having other people children and stay with her. A dead baby. The baby died. She was keeping the baby in her house. Nobody cared to ask questions about that baby. Then the little girl that was also 3 years old, September 2nd, 2020. The one the boy was even sick to use a razor blade on a child to even open her mouth. We carry that story. Other people on the ground, the advocates, they intervene in that story. Where is that young man? Then we're gonna go to the little girl in AFE community. This one, not only she was raped, she was raped on her birthday. 13-year-old girl, her auntie boyfriend said he was going to go buy her ice cream. Rape a child. Not only he raped her and he beat her. We carry that story, and the story that when the AFE community put them spoke few days. And a little girl was lured into having an ice cream for her birthday and raped on her own birthday. Do you think that child will ever get healing if she don't have a holistic approach? On her 13th birthday, she was raped, and she told her story.
Okay.
Then we're going to go to the man in Magibi that wasted acid water on his fiancée and her 3 children. We carry that story. All 3 of the children, he wasted acid water on a woman because of brother-in-law or jealousy thing. Nobody spoke again about that story. That story was September 13, 2020. We also have another little girl that Monserrado County, 14-year-old, got pregnant, had a baby. We carried the story, and her mother even thought that they on the live show, October 5th, 2020. Nothing happened. We have another child also in Magibi, 49-year-old person raped a little girl, and she didn't tell her story in the beginning because she said she was feeling scared. We shared that story. We carried it September 16, 2020. Then a missing person case when the missing boys were missing. One of my vibe brothers from Grand Cape Man County, Boyka and Kawan. He went from Cape Man to go buy market, came back from Cape Man. This boy been missing. And we have never heard anything again but Boyka Kawan. From Biophobi, Grand Cape Man County.
Okay.
Then this one is very important to me. Also, all of them are important to me, but the particular one is very important to me as well. Alvin Barkley was part of the COP youth and he used to go around and do awareness and speak against justice and educate young people.
Hello?
Alvin Barkley died on GSA Road, February 1st, 2020. Nobody knows today who killed Alvin Barkley.
Okay. So we have a quarter.
So, AB, let me just make a quick suggestion.
Okay.
You know, it's looking like we got 3 in 1, right? Can we just brush few minutes on the other 2 topics and then we can allow our callers to start calling?
Okay.
So we can get off track?
Okay. Let's do that.
Yeah, so we have discussed a little more the untimely death. We started with Princess. The next one is Dr. Cassell arrest, the presidential candidate, the man who want to be president in Liberia, followed by the lack of electricity or light, as the people call it in Liberia, or current, during George Weah arrival at the airport. So during the weekend, we saw this trending news about Dr. Cassell. According to public records, the crime is about Medicaid, Medicare. You know, Dr. Cassell is a not medical doctor, but psychiatric doctor, practice and license in New Jersey. And pretty much he's been temporarily free on bail, pending court date. So from all indication, it's a federal crime. And if proven guilty, that's a big deal.
I'm
so
sorry,
I just wanted Howard to throw light on that.
I'm sorry. We cannot come here on the show tonight and I'm calling my victims' name. You caught me on the campaign that the Cassell show a story into it. This is not important as a human life. I'm not going to accept it. No.
I think the host got to speak to that because that's the topic we got.
Let the host speak to that.
Yeah, AB, I think I'll talk about that. I can't go too much to that. My sister said, no.
Yeah, you know, this case is very much important, as we all know. But we were able to carve a topic. That's the reason why I gave more time to the victim, to the people then that have passed. What can we do? That's the reason the length
Well, I
of
was
time.
not even finished. And friend just said we're going to go to another topic. I was not even finished. I'm not here for your political talk. I'm here for my victims. I'm not here for that.
Okay, so can you finish now so we can go to the
Yeah,
other
allow
topic?
me, please. Allow me to
Okay,
call my victim's name.
okay.
You can put your quality I can get from on here. This is an important thing to be because
No,
it has happened to me.
it is important, Howard. So
I know that.
Other cases is important as well.
But a man doing a medical fraud and running for a political office is not important to me. The people that who already died are very important to me. Not that or Cassell. I don't care about his medical fraud.
All right, let's go ahead with your discussion.
Yeah, let us give her a chance
Yeah.
so that she can finish and then we move
Francis
on.
took my time though. He took my time.
Yeah, you can.
No, Howard, I didn't take your time. The host said, okay, I told him, okay, let's go to the next topic then. Then we can. He wanted to accept a caller.
Most of our caller, they will rather give attention to the people that have died than Dr. Cassell discussions. Dr. Cassell discussion is just a minute or two discussion.
But your safe is stealing case for the lies. Your safe is stealing case for the lies. I'm here tonight to debunk the liars of the Liberian government, the justice ministry, of our victims who are denying justice. I'm not here for a man running for president and he's a rogue. I'm not here for that. You're making the lies, and let me call my victim's name, and I will get off the show. But I'm not what I came here for.
No, I don't. You gotta remain on the show until the show ends. You gotta remain on the show. You don't know who will call to ask you questions, so you gotta remain on the show until the show ends. Although
yeah, anybody can call. Even the president can call. I'm prepared to answer the call.
Okay.
Let them call.
Okay. Thank you. So let us get a podium to her. Let Hawa go ahead. Hawa,
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving my time back. July 29, 2020, a 14-year-old girl also died in Liberia. We hailed her identity because she was afraid to talk and tell her story. But there's one part, she was so raped so badly. And not about somebody, but somebody in the neighborhood, all our victims, even the ones who are diseased, who cannot speak for themselves, they knew their killers. I can guarantee you for a fact my sister knew her killer. Or she didn't know that it was a crime where she was attacked and nobody did nothing about it. So the reason why I'm giving this because we didn't yet come and talk about princess here. We're going to get pattern of why Moses Carter is incompetent and the failed general ministry. They are all incompetent because these are things that happen over and over. They have not done nothing. A little boy died in Bond County, Lawrence Tapler. Okay, his body found in Bond County. The people say they got justice and general people in every county. How come these stories are not getting results? What happened to Lawrence Tapler? What happened to that? Then another boy also, Abraham went to. He confessed of killing a 13-year-old girl in Magibi. Destiny Online TV carried that story. Where is Abraham went to? How come we didn't hear about that story again? January 5th, 2022. We didn't hear that story again. So before y'all tell me y'all rogue politicians, I want to give my victims name because that was important to me. I want to know who's killing these people now, who's killing these children.
What best can we do now for our country to be improved? What are some of the best things that you will recommend for our country to be improved? Then to put stop to those transminous killing that is going into our country. What are some of the things that we need to do? What are some of the things?
Abraham, we are giving so many proposals. When a person get raped, because some people can even say I rape, either a girl can get mad at a man, or a family member can get some family and blood and say, or somebody making argument, just say only person is raped. We are asking for thorough process. The government said that they got DNA machine. Where is this DNA machine that we're not using on our victims? How come we don't have a special court when it comes to rape and killings and it comes to minor? The laws are on the books. We got laws in Liberia from early time, even before that, to protect children in Liberia. How come the laws are not enforced? How come we don't have special courts when it comes for rape and the violation of women? How come we don't have that? And the most important thing is to hire experts, people who have the credentials, people who got the passion, people who are trained, not just hiring my friend because he's my brother, he's my sister, or I give my sister a job because she's my sister. Hiring experts. But we also need a holistic approach. We didn't just condemn here. As I condemn, every case that I have spoken against, I have made an impact in that case. I have helped that victim to go to counseling. I have given a holistic approach. We have checked in with the family. The general minister cannot just be coming on your passing here, getting free money and keep having the attention for protesting for a book, but she can't speak on crimes. No, we need a person that will come to the table and say, we want justice for our people and we want it now. We need a holistic approach. When a girl gets raped or a boy gets sodomized, ain't just for carrying it to the clinic or putting it in a safe house. What happens to the victim after the fact? What happens? So the government have to say the little children can go and get counseling and get help and be counseled to know that it's not their fault. So we also have a safe reporting system. Because in Liberia, when somebody get raped, everything they know everybody's secret. We don't have a confidential reporting system. That's why most people are very afraid to tell their story because we don't have a confidential reporting. We need a confidential and a structural system. We have said this over and over and over again. Without a structure, nothing happens. You can't put me at JFK when I'm not a nurse. You can't get me a job to go do a surgery when I've never been trained and went to school to be a surgeon doctor. We need experts. The only reason why Ghana and Sierra Leone and Rwanda and people are advancing, they do have rape in their country. But why we don't get so many stories? You know why? Because the first lady of Sierra Leone, she went in town from places to places. The video is on her page. And she spoke about rape in every community. And she said no to rape. And she put a mandate out. And then she even asked her husband to pass on the enforcement of rape law. Now you know what they do in Ghana? When somebody rape a child, they got a system. That rapist picture is in the system. He is in the community. And they shame the rapist. Why can Liberia do that? What made us different? Today we were talking about princess. Tomorrow, what will happen Somebody else today, somebody else died. Princess case is not over here. The man in that time, they found his body in his house. His wife came from work. The bruises all over his body. So that other man tonight, he not going to get justice. That other man will not get justice. So what happened to all the cases and before Princess? Why Moses Carter have not solved these cases? And Claire, we are passing around and women for me and hope for me and going to summit.
That was my next question, because we saw the Crusader for Peace. The Crusader for Peace when Azeva wrote the book. We saw the Crusader for Peace. They were demonstrating. Where are they now? Where are they? Is it they are demonstrating for foreigner but fail to demonstrate for their own?
They are not crusaders for peace. They are crusaders for hustlers, for their boyfriends, for their connections, for what they can get, for the hustle that they're building, their business, join their government, join. They're not crusaders for no peace. Because up to this day, Princess has been dead more than 48 hours in Liberia. There is no women group. Today, young people, they came out though. Few young people, handful of young children came out to protest.
We have that clip here, and so let us just
please show and see.
I give preference in terms of protection and security over Liberians. With the current unfolding influences, deceptive and sugar-coated preliminary report provided by the police, which raised more questions than answers, remain doubtful that the police will conduct an impartial investigation into the matter. Therefore, we request our representative and senator to ensure the following. 1. That an independent investigator is conducted to ascertain circumstances which led to the death of Princess Copper. 2. That an independent autopsy be conducted on the remains of the victim with representatives of the media, religious community, and civil society in attendance. 3. The members of the National Legislature taking from the Princess Copper incident by enacting a law to ensure that all large businesses and companies operating in Liberia install CCTV at all facilities. 4. The members of the National Legislature also compel the police to provide update and release the full names of the suspect or person of the interest that are undergoing the investigation, which was launched to avoid the compromising of this case for a personal gain. 5. The investigation be fast-tracked for preparator to be brought to justice. Honorable representatives and senators, we believe that a justice delay is a justice denied. A justice delay is a justice denied, and therefore, we will not rest until the cold-blooded killers of Princess Copper are brought to book. The late Princess Copper and her boyfriend struggled for several years. They just concluded the planning of their wedding when this unfortunate incident occurred. Her mysterious death has the propensity of creating chaos in our country and taken for granted or compromised by anyone. Liberia is turning into a country where there is no justice for the poor. But we, the citizens, united to ensure justice for Princess Copper, will continue to exercise our constitutional rights until justice is prevailed in all matters. It may be you, representative or senator tomorrow, you loved ones or relative, and that's the reason why we have gathered to petition you to act now, or we will all may be killed or mysteriously found dead, one after the other, while the perpetrators continue to work with impunity. We believe that the security of the state is at stake. If these killers continue to roam around the pride and dignity with state security actors, accepting no effort to have them arrested. Let's end the culture of impunity in our country today by bringing ritualistic and mysterious killers to justice. Once again, make our country safe and secure for everyone. Justice for Princess Copper today is justice for all tomorrow. Signed by the Secretary General Alfonso X. RIA, approved by the Chairman Alexander Howard. My petition.
Okay, so what's the group? They've read a petition. We're waiting for the response from the representative here to receive. We have our district number 6, lawmaker Samuel Enders, and we also have district number 4, Swakoko Dennis, and district number 8, we have Safoko, and district 16 is here as well to receive the petition. So we are going to hear from it shortly after they have received this the petition. So a copy of it is going to be presented. It's going to be presented to District Number 6 lawmaker, Samuel Anders, who is going to speak on behalf of the group here. So keep watching Spawn TV Live, and those of you listening to us, we're live on www.spawnfmradio.com as well.
This is not about politics. It's about the country itself and the citizen within the country. They shouldn't be kept in your office. It shouldn't be just read and forgetting about. It should be about justice for all and justice for everyone.
Thank you.
I hope you do it well.
Thank you. I want to say the right person to accept this petition stands here today. And Honorable Sibyl and we spoke this morning. The first step that we talked about this morning was who made a call? Who called this lady to go where she was? And I think there are companies in this place that have call logs that can tell us what really happened or who made those calls. So that's the first step we are requesting. But as you've come today, we were upstairs and we saw you, we heard you. My colleagues and we've been talking about this. Everyone in the house has been talking about it. Not because you are not in District 6 where it happened or where Honorable Sibyl lay. We want to express our sincere thanks, and I would like to present this to the head on claims and petition, Honorable Suakoko, who is here. We stand with you, all of us, but as it happened in my district, we are very much concerned. We want District 6 to be safe as every other part of Liberia. So, Honorable, you are a female, you are a mother, you are a sister. It happens to one of our sisters. And our sisters just read their petition. Honorable Sibyl and I join the group and present this to you and to the House for onward submission to the body so that we act in the interest of our loved ones and the voice of our people be heard through us. So, Honorable, thank you. Thank you again for such an act, and we appreciate it. Wish to you.
Okay, first and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for organizing yourself in a very peaceful manner. As the Committee on Claims and Petition, today we are having a special section. Effectively, immediately, we are going to review this today and forward it to the Honorable Speaker. We can assure you that if Princess was murdered, we trust in the Judicial Department to bring the perpetrator of this crime to justice. We will do our best as members of the House, though we do not have the power to investigate, but we do have the power to summon the investigators. So we will be in the public interest. Wherever that you feel that's a foul play, just contact your representative, contact the local representative. It is our duty to perform that oversight. And Princess, our story, I say as an individual, this is a test to this government. The young people are resolved that they want to know what really happened to Princess. We want to know as to whether she was murdered. We want to know as to whether she died or natural death. We want to know the cause surrounding Princess' death. So thank you so much, and I urge you, you do have a good case, and only the autopsy can be able to verify this. Do not resort into violence. Remain forceful, remain firm until we all can have the result of Princess Cooper. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you all.
Thank you.
So you can rest assured now that it's been delivered, and we will just follow through. Like Honorable Ina said, we have already started pursuing in our own way. But it's good that you have raised the bar, because if I spoke on the issue, someone thinks that I'm speaking by Dixon. But the fact that you've gathered yourself and you've presented, we will follow through and we'll update you regularly. I've already spoken to the police spokesman, and he tells me that in the next day or so, autopsy is going to be up, and then we're going to further, because we have made an appeal to him immediately that to start this process, in our view, you must subpoena the call log of Princess, and we'll start off from that point to do the investigation massively. So thank you again for coming, and we'll be working along with you.
Okay, so we'll go in sequence. We'll hear from you what you make up of the petition that were presented to the Honorable House of Senate and the House of Representatives. What is the way and pleasure?
The young people did a very, very good job today, even though they were not in numbers as we expected, but they gave a very good petition. The question remains, who's going to act upon the petition? Because they see Rosalind that are talking here, so I could Denise that they holding the umbrella over here, because when you beat people in Africa, you can get somebody to even hold your umbrella. That woman are talking here, I sent her a message 2018 on my sister's story. You know what they do? They do selective justice. They want to speak on what they can speak on it. Because she felt like she had keen to speak to me, to stand with me. Not on my sister being a Liberian citizen. And she has sat and stood with me because she worked for the government. She will make her government to look bad. She was forced to give the testimony. That woman came and said she was a war crime court. She was new. All the people who signed war crime court thing. You don't hear anything about war crime court again? They see Samuel Ines here. I have a victim who got a story on him. Mr. Abraham Smart. He beat that man because instead of beat the man at his house because the man asked for his pay. Are these people credible for to even speak on the cause for justice? Dixon Sibo, what about the girl? What her name? Pravina Brooks. The girl that accusing her falsely arresting her because she didn't want to be with him. What happened to that story? Were Dixon Sibo ever used for apprehending for the bad behavior in society? No. Samuel Ines is violating the rights of people in Liberia. Our sister on Facebook, Sia Kamano, he stole their family land because he was a law enforcer person. They were trying to fight them to not get their land back. They people now had to spend thousands of dollars to get their mother's land back. These people are not credible for to get any impact on justice, and they will not do anything. And as fortunately as I raised my voice, and so many people then speak on Princess story, I'm sorry to say, they will not give us any results because their records show that they are not competent to give results. That woman here, she said she was a lawmaker. You don't have to like me to demand justice for my sister. I sent her a message from woman to woman because I saw her talking about war crime court. She read my message, and to this day, she has never responded. And they come and do show. We're not looking for showing, we're looking for results. We want justice for this girl and for all the other people who died before even her. That's what we want.
Okay. My friend and brother, Francis, go ahead.
Our country people say, when I say the turtle burn, you cannot ask for the head. Everything part of the turtle. You know, I listen to my sister Hawa. She is making a great point. It is very, 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 it is disheartening. It is sickening. The leader of the government is empty. Then you talk about incompetency. If you got people that ain't even finished high school, they are city mayor in Liberia. The gender minister, for example, is a former girlfriend of George Weah. What do you expect her to do? You think she's doing her job? She's there to get paid. Okay? The gender minister was present in Dubai in her official capacity as a gender minister.
Mm-hmm.
When I forgot this girl name, a Liberian woman gave birth to twins by herself through the airport, and another she couldn't go to the hospital because everything's running Dubai. The only person that went to the aid of that woman or that girl, it was 20 weeks. Liberian News Agency Director General, who have decided to do his job the way he's been doing it to bring the news to the people. And by the way, that news agency is the government news agency that is housed within the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. Piso, with all due respect, we're right here in Minnesota, I'm told. They're all going to Liberia. These are guys wasting. We all were in Philadelphia, maybe you know it. Yeah. All the people in Liberia. They do not even follow through 5 to 10% of the way we live here on the basis of their everyday sincerity, honesty, integrity, and fear of this system. I want to tell you about this system. I don't care who you are. When you messed up, the system will come after you. But this is now one day story. This is not 2 day story. Everything I was talking about, that's true. We don't even need additional codes. We got criminal code A, code B, code C, and the rape code that were established during early time. During early justice, early time. Our embassy in Nigeria, right? Foreign service officers, one of them, their teenage children, they raped one girl, 7-year-old.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to buy in Liberia or they go to private school.
There is no juvenile court in Liberia as we speak today. There is no juvenile court in Liberia. So when juvenile defendant is prosecuted and guilty, where do you send it? There's no rehab, no nothing. Okay? So we need to recalibrate how we vote. And you know why? The people started voting a little bit better though. For example, 2017, out of 15 senators, 2 stay on. The 13 were voted out because of the same thing. Okay? The 74 representatives, about 75 to 80% got voted out. But again, even though the people did that, those who came knew they are still doing the same thing. So AB, our country's story has become an animal farm. You listen to the representative, I agree with her. I agree with Murphy, the other guy too. That's a fact. The problem here is they do not have, this is my agreement. No, just a few seconds, please. This is my agreement with 2 of them. They do not have the constitutional responsibility to investigate the death of any Liberian citizen and to go to court. They do not have that power. However, they got an oversight power that they can investigate and question the investigators. And that's the truth. And this is not even issue to be calling Moses Carter as a representative to find out from them. Moses Carter is a puppet of the police director. So you need to be calling the justice minister because the justice minister is a big lion. Okay, so you can't call Moses Carter. Moses Carter is a public face of the police. Moses Carter cannot even speak for the justice ministry. So if you have a judiciary committee or claims committee or whatever that committee is, or complete committee, the chairperson of that committee should be talking to the justice minister. Because the justice minister is the boss of the police people.
Okay,
that is another whole story of the issue of incompetency. Or maybe because of the basis of pressure. Because I know some police officers who are ready to
I'm Timothy Smith calling from Grand Bassel.
Grand Bassel, go ahead. Timothy.
Oh, Abby, thank you so much for your show. And I want to say thanks to Hawa and to everyone that protests today. But you see, right now we are in a situation that we are being responsible for what we're in. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, we are in a very bad move. Our country is really down the line, Abby. We're moving, and when it comes to killing in Liberia, I think with those that are on the street today, my heart goes to the bereaved family, princess, but we've been protesting. We've been on the move, they've been beyond us from place to place. But we, the voters in this country, it is time we get together what we're doing on the ground to encourage first-time voters. The only thing can solve our problem is 2023 election. We need to vote the people out of power. Because right now, we have our own curfew in Monrovia, in Liberia. We get curfew. And after 4, I've been up from this morning, up the time, all the morning around my house, going around, make sure that things are safe in the community that how we live. We have our own security. But we, the electors in the country, where they call, look at the people who vote for. Look at our senator, look at our representative. Today, they are coming to us. Election is right in the corner. So we, the Liberians, right now, our goal should be how to get together to talk to our brothers and sisters interior in the community to go to election 2023. Because right now, our country, we are not safe in Liberia. People are just dying, children getting missing. Look at Monserrat today. What you think about in the interior, the rural part of the country? Always in the rural area, maybe we found body here where they can take the hay or they will carry the hay. And what we can do always, we just recognize the people because our guys from the city, they always wear jean traffic. So many bodies are being found in Lac Plantation, in Palm Bay Plantation, in the interior. They take our girls from the city, they bring them, they kill them in cold blood, and nobody asking questions. You can even find police in the villages here, AB. But all what we are seeing today, we the Liberian people, we the electorate, we the voters in this country, we brought this problem to ourselves. That's why some of us, we are on the move from counties to counties, for village to village, informing our people. 2023 election, it is very important to we the Liberian people. We need to stand up and fight for our country. Nobody will do it for us. Because when we put ourselves in with the election, we are responsible for this. Doing ourselves in the voting card is about better education right now in our voting card. We are talking about security. Our girls are dying and nobody asking questions. Our girls are dying and our leaders are protecting the people that are doing the killing. Right now, Eddie, all the killer, all the raper, all the people, the government, this job we are government has free all of them for prison. Where are we going?
500 of them. 500.
You see? So right now, I just received a call. They were knocking at the woman door, the woman calling, oh, what made they put knocking at the door? I said, look, call everybody. People, can you imagine? We can't sleep. You have been knocking pata. Just as I was speaking to you, I just came from the phone with somebody that called the phone. That people knocking at the doors, getting out of the house. They are calling police. They're knocking pata. We are not safe in Liberia. No more honor person. We are. This government is a death threat.
Thank you.
So you think
we have another caller here. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Pastor Mo. I'm calling from Ramsey City, Minnesota.
Pastor Mo, you need to be audible. You need to put zest into your voice.
Okay, thank you. I'm Pastor Mo, and I'm calling from Ramsey City, Minnesota. How are you?
Yeah, we are doing quite all right, as you can see my panelist.
Yeah, thank you for bringing Sis Hawa Mesca on the show tonight, and we've all been waiting for you all to team up to speak about the ills in society, and it is the ills that is destroying Liberia, and the ills that is destroying Liberia, like what Timothy just said, is the Liberian people themselves that employ those ills, and it is the Liberian people themselves that can take the job away from them. I did listen to Francis. He said there's no juvenile court in Liberia. To be truthful, there is a juvenile court in Liberia. I was in the police, and we were trained by the United Nations, and the Dutch government invested a lot in a juvenile section, and also the women and children protection section. But the problem is this: you have the justice system and you have the police, but all of the professional people that were trained by the police that were sent to Europe and sent to other parts of the world by the United Nations to take training that in homicide cases, to take training to bring these kind of perpetrator to book, or Patrick Sudi had laid off all of those people without giving them any pension or money. So right now at the Liberian National Police Force, you don't have no professional people working there. All of the people that were trained by the United Nations has been laid off, and everybody that is in the police force now are all partisan police.
Thank you.
Just to leave your show tonight, I don't know if Sis Hawa mentioned the name of Terry Brown, the first journalist, the first person that was killed by the We Are government, no justice. My own cousin, my first cousin, Anthony Johnson, that were killed for our land issues in Upper Caldwell, and his body was carried on the beach behind I don't know where in the single area, and Jefferson Coach then pour acid water on his body. Nobody, no one was arrested. So who's doing the killing? The people that are in power, the people that want to stay in power, they are the ones doing the killing. So the only way we can get rid of these killers in Liberia is to vote these people up, and we vote competent people, and let this government come and answer why, with all of the listing that this sister have listed tonight, nobody being arrested, nobody being harmed. So until the people decide to vote them up, the killing will continue in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you. We have another caller here. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling out from?
Excuse me, AB. Let
Hey,
me
brother
get
AB,
a
how
quick
you doing? This
correction.
Minister
Few
Ivan
seconds,
P.
few
I'm calling
seconds,
from
please.
South Dakota. I just want to say
Just
thank you
few
for the
seconds.
show to Brother Francis.
Yeah,
Thank you.
coming to you, Francis. We got to get our caller a chance because they are.
Yeah, but I just few seconds because the
Yeah.
other caller said something. We got to say the
I can go ahead?
right. I did not say there is no juvenile code. I did not say that. There is no juvenile detention center or rehab. That's what I said. Okay. There is a juvenile code. There is a rape code. There are criminal A, criminal code C, B, and D. Okay? So I did not say there is no juvenile code. There is no juvenile detention center in Liberia. Take it from me. No jailhouse for them. No rehab. No nothing.
Thank you.
So if you prosecute them, where do you send them? When they are guilty.
Okay. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, Brother AB, thank you so much. This is Minister IVP from South Dakota. Brother Francis, thank you guys for the show. Sis Hawa, thank you ever so much. My sister, I bless God for you so much for putting these things out so people can hear for themselves. Because when AB and Brother Francis come and speak on these things, people think that that joke is going on in Liberia. And I don't want to, like, tell AB how to run his show, but my suggestion would be that I think the killing thing should be like the topic the whole month here, because it seems like it's the major thing in Liberia now. From the day the so-called president in Liberia said that everybody must buy CCTV and put it to the horse, that was just to tell Liberia that you on your own. From the day the CDC political party put coffee on the head and started running around the mansion around Morovia, that was to tell Liberian people that you're dead, but then you're coming to be funny all over the place. Everything these people does is symbolic, it's very strategic. So I just want to applaud Sis Hawa tonight, because look, I can stress on the AB, I tell you, if you have not lost a loved one, somebody that close to you, you will not understand the pain that people going through. So some people, when you talk anything and they just say it's all politics, you just want to talk because you hate the government. You know what it is to take an oxygen breathing human being and just murder that person in cold blood, and the murderer and just walking around in Moravia, nothing going to be like nothing have been done. It's very painful. That agony, that pain is excruciating. It don't go away. So I really want to applaud you guys tonight for the topic. I want to thank Sis Hawa so much, because other people in our Liberia, they want to speak, they can't speak because their life is being threatened. Thank you guys so much for the show. And I believe that we should keep the fire burning on the unnecessary killing are going on in the country, because once those are all in the diaspora, now start putting fire on the people in Liberia, it will continue. The how Liberia system looking. When it starts something, it will just continue if nothing is done about it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have Pastor Charles Aku. Pastor Charles Aku, go ahead.
Thank you, Abraham. Thank you to you, Francis and Hawa. I call particularly to say thank you most especially to Hawa, where you guys tonight. 2017, I met Hawa. And my first time meeting her, it was in New York, the first protest. And I want to do something here tonight, and just 2 minutes. You see, the Bible says when people are alive, get in the flower. You see, we are looking for Liberians that love Liberia and Liberians selflessly. That is not for your own personal gain. And she is number one. I will tell you, since I met Hawa and all the other female and male, we met in New York under that rain, that heavy rain, Pazawi. Hawa has stood on her ground and stood so friendly about Liberia and Liberian. She didn't want government job. I can tell you, I don't know this girl. I don't know her, but what I know of her and when I met her personally, what I see her doing. Abraham, if every one of us, Abraham, our minister, Francis, Zawid, and all the others love Liberia, if we come together, we can get a better Liberia tomorrow, Abraham. We can tomorrow, not tonight. I said to not get big, we can get a better Liberia. Just last night or yesterday, people had protests. God is not against protests. God ordered protests. It was through protest the wall of Jericho fell. We had a war against us in Liberia. What a suppression, what a corruption, what a killing innocent people, what a raping babies. It is there. But yet a message to the pastor of so-called religious leaders in Liberia more especially. Sunday morning, they call the people and collect offering from them. But the people are dying. They don't join the people to break down that wall of Jericho. People protested yesterday. The protest Abraham. I saw few handful of the people. I thought the whole Morocco would come out to tell the wicked people to leave Liberia. But they sat down because it's not their daughter, not their sister, not their mom. You see how wicked we are? Liberia, we the problem until we can change it. More especially the religious leaders in Liberia. The government failed us, the politicians have failed us. Where are the religious leaders?
Thank you.
They are the problem. And everything we should start speaking about them now and speaking to them now to do something. Because with all them standing up for the Liberian people, then let it close all the churches and the mosques now in Liberia. Thank you, Abraham.
Thank you. Francis and Hawa, you hear from our callers. Our callers are really grateful for us coming on tonight, especially bringing Hawa on for her to be able to lament mostly on this death issue. So what do you have to say to that? Francis, let me take you first.
I mean, just on the basis of diversity, I think Hawa now have a challenge to join us permanently instead of just coming when she wants to come. So I would be very much happy for her to stay on since she came, because you announced her multiple times and she couldn't show up. And now there was no announcement and she popped up. Hopefully she can stay on so that we too can form part of the diversity of intellectualism and holistic advocacies. You know, they say one brain is better, but I think two undivided could be even excellent, okay? So another issue I wanted to push to that point is how I talk about, and our callers are saying, including the pastor, that handful of people. Because there's no political court. When Dr. Clark and Alva put a message in a book, chapter 13, we saw the protest headed by somebody we hire for a Crusader for Peace lady, and the rest of the people. They descended on Alva and they Alva lost his job. He got to go in a flip-flop slipper to escape the country. How come we're not seeing Liberians in their majority to protest against the barbaric, uncivilized behavior? So even the issue of 2023, I'm not setting on it until I can see it. Because these people, we keep speaking for them, and they're not doing anything for themselves.
Yeah, but one of the things is that you hardly see the so-called who then want to become president. You hardly see them speaking on these issues. You hardly see not JMB, not Arizona B. Cummings, none of them speaking on these issues. On this timely death. How about to you?
All right, let me clarify, Francis. You know, I don't mind adding my voice to this platform because number one, I think wholly and solely until this justice is settled, and I know other things we're talking about, we have not gotten full settlement, but this one is crucial because it happened at a crucial time. And the reason why I don't come on the show, I did not come on here because I felt like I don't want to mix the importance of the violations against women and children with your political talk. Because now, we're talking serious thing here, you're jumping to Cassell being arrested for Joe. I don't care about that. That today, like, Brent talking about Will Smith and the Oscar thing and the Oscar Will Smith smack. Why do I care about first world problem? I'm concerned about third world problem. I'm concerned with my country. I don't care what American celebrities do, who not enjoy. It's not my problem. That's the reason why I don't interact on this show. And I really want to come about When we're doing this show, you have to give me at least an hour of my own segment. Because this is not a joke for me. I'm not coming here. I don't care that Cassell is arrested for Medicare fraud, for whatever fraud, is a psychiatrist. I don't care. It don't interest me. What interests me is the security of the people. Because when the people are secure, they can make good decisions. They can be self-sufficient. They can find solutions. They can control their own independence. That's what I care about. I don't care about the other thing because you know what happened? The people who are not talking now, you know, yes, I come after Mr. Weir because the reason why I come after him more and I come after him hard, because when it comes to poverty, when it comes to violation, when it comes to the ghetto, when it comes to hard time, George Weir knows what hard time entails. And why is George Weir allowing our people to be in deep hard time? That's why I come for him. But the opposition, the reason why I'm not connected because these kind of things that are happening now in our any country. In our Bobby Wine country, and girls were getting killed. You will see Bobby Wine all day talking. Where are your opposition? That's why I say they are lazy opposition. And the reason why they don't like me because I speak the truth. Because even in this country, when we have school shooting, or we have young people then missing, the Republicans, Democrats, they all come together. Yes, this government is not competent. They have lots of shortcomings. But you know what happened? Why is the opposition cannot come now and speak for our people that they only want votes? I say our new mandate for 2023, no justice, no votes.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Keep your call coming. I'll take one call. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling out from?
Maybe, this is you first. I want to quickly ask Hawa a question real quick.
Go ahead.
Hello?
You are live. Yes.
Okay. All right. Since Hawa, I want to ask you this. With all the evidences you have provided on here tonight, don't you think you have a very good reason to stage a massive protest in Liberia to call the world attention to the killings and all those injustices that are going on in the country? Don't you think you have a very good reason to call such a protest? Because Holocaust did it. Today he got the glory, he's boasting about it, and these are some of the things we expect Holocaust now to start organizing another protest for. And now he starts doing it. Even with the princess death, I think I listened to a show, yesterday on a evidence show, people made a comment on it about his being quiet on this issue. And I listened to his talk show replay this morning, tonight. And I didn't say anything serious about it. Nothing serious he said about it.
Okay.
So, I think that there is a reason that you, as an advocate on the front line, I think you have enough evidence to call the world attention to what is going on in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you. How are you? Can
I
respond
to that?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to thank the caller for even trusting us to think that we can even do that. And I see Brian Brown on here. He's a big ANC man. Say Cummings already put a statement. Just putting a statement is not an impact. I'm sorry. I am very sorry. Because half of people in our country have an illiteracy problem. How many people are going to read that statement that he put out? How many people are going to read it? And it's not just that particular political leader. They have put in a statement. They have said nice things. How many Liberians read those statements? We want action. We want visibility. That's what we want. And let me tell the caller, we have protested, I think, 4 or 5 times now in the United States here that I have partaken in it. The United Nations, we asked for war crime court. Christmas City was part of that protest. We also protested at Washington, D.C. Christmas City was also part of that protest. We had a lot of advocates that were part of that protest that believed in our quest. We have carried names of our victims on placards in D.C. We have carried it. But it's a good question that he asked. Yes, we do have evidence because all our stories we carry, we have went through those stories. We got them documented. We got witnesses to the story. Then the Liberian people. If you notice that anybody that speak on Liberian issue, the American embassy, the U.S. lawmaker, what do they say? It's up to the Liberian people. You know what they can say? Yeah. The people, the power is inherited in the people. So yes, we can do our part as people living in the diaspora, and we have always done our part. But our people also have to join us in the fight. So I appreciate that statement from the caller. Yes, we have evidence that we can prove that. And even if I went on a congressional hearing, I got every evidence. Detail. I got victims who are willing to testify for their loved ones. We do have the evidence.
Thank you. Cora, what is the name and where are you calling her from?
Okay, AB, this is Paul Jevo. I call from Rhode Island.
Go
How are
ahead.
you guys today?
We are doing quite okay.
Very good. First of all, let me register my gratitude to you guys, to you, Francis, and then Hawa Meska. You know, I always give her trouble sometimes, but she has a very good point. She struck, and you know, let me put it this way. You see, we are just a kind of people. I don't understand what's happening to us like you. I wonder we have lost our mind as a people, as a nation, as a country. Every day we have people dying from one place to the other, and our government is not saying anything. Then the people that's supposed to stand up by themselves or for themselves are not doing it. Listen, like Francis rightly put it, you cannot fight for the people. You fight along with them.
Mm-hmm.
When the children of Israel got ready to be delivered, they stood up firm against the oppressor. So if Liberians will not stand up against the tyrannical regime, we're going to all perish. And let me say this. Just because it did not hit your doorsteps, it does not mean you are safe and free from it. Today, we lost promising young people, especially this princess lady that sparked up a new debate of what is unfolding in Liberia. They should beat the consciences of our political leaders, our government, and officials who are in key government ministry and agency. Let me condemn Musa Dean. I think he's a Tukle bulldog who is just a sycophant. The only man under our constitution that can differ. And sometimes I miss how do you call it, the former justice minister who differ with Ellen, this lady, Christina Todd.
Christina Todd. Yeah.
I really miss her. I think under her administration, if she was in a position now as Musa Dean is, she will stand up against President Weah. But Musa Dean sits there. I think in my mind, I don't think he has a family. I don't think he has children. I don't think he has girls. Because if he does, he will know and put himself in the very people who brought them to power.
Okay.
Our people are dying. It pains my heart.
Thank you.
And right now, let me just conclude on this note. Sometimes I know the challenges you face, but I just want to motivate you. No matter the difficulties, the challenges that you go through, continue to fight. One day, your voice and your goal will be achieved. That's all I want to say to you.
Thank
Don't
you.
back down.
Thank you.
Who's talking, Abraham? Who are the caller?
That was one lady calling from Rhode Island.
Okay. Thank you, sis.
Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. Once more, 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. I mean, for me, I have done my part. I done my part because on a Saturday I was here burning. I was here on Sunday burning to the extent that Musa Dean have to come to listen. Well, I'll take another caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Hashin Formula. I'm calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Hashin, go ahead.
Yeah, bro, AB, this thing will continue happening because Lala
No, you are not coming to us clear. If you listening
bro,
to
AB,
okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, bro, AB. I said this thing will continue happening because the Prince case, our people in Nigeria going up way like this. We think it will go down the drain. Nothing will come from all of it.
Like the way they kill the three boys now, the three boys.
Yeah, the way they kill the three boys, yeah. and one way, at the end of the day, it went down. Was Carter is just a liar? You go over there and say something. You are not a medical practitioner. You say no foul play. So I just sorry for our people in our country, because if they 2023 if they sanction, they will let our ball, and that kid will continue in our country until everybody will finish dying in Liberia.
Thank you.
Okay, I thank my sister, my vast sister, that she just continue what she's doing. One day, her voice will be here.
Okay.
Thank you.
You know, like I was saying, I did my part on a Saturday. I did my part on a Sunday. When I came here, a lot of people were annoyed. But when I came out on Sunday, when I came out to start questioning Musa, a lot of people decided to clap for me. So I understand the frustration that our brother and sister are going through, and I feel their pain, because it will not be satisfactory to no other persons that will see their sisters, that will see their brother die in cold blood, lying that in the cold blood without the police taking no actions. That is, but the police, the only thing that the police did, the police went out to go take the body. Forget about protecting the scene. Forget about arresting the police officer that were placed there. Forget about that. Only now that we got to raise seriousness. That's the reason why they now close the business place. That business place will not open today. Are you freaking kidding me? That some of us had to come here to speak to Musa Din before Musa Din can understand to what he's supposed to do. It's just sad. It's just sad. Very, very sad. On that note, how we will let to come to the very, very end of the Manefsa Nabraka talk show. That is our quest. Our hope is for you to be able to be part of this platform. For you to be over, your voice is needed here. We understand that your platform, we can be able to find a way that your platform can be added to this platform, wherein for each time you go live, that your platform will carry it live to. We have a sophisticated systems here that we can able to do that. But like my co-host said, we need a female voice. We need a female person on this platform. So you having to be the first female that I have seriously contacted, but you never show up. Contacted you, you never show up. Now that you show up, that I never announced you. So it's now that we are glad to have you. We hope that you can be able to be part and parcel of the Manefsa Nabraka talk show. That is our quest.
Okay, and there's no problem me being a part. Don't tell the people say I never show up. I gave reasons why I'm not going to show up. Number one, I'm not wearing your military uniform. You can wear on the show. Number two, when you're cursing, I'm not coming on here. Because me, I'm not focused on cursing. That's your show, so you control your platform. But when it's involving women and children,
it's a Liberian People show. It's not my show.
Okay, but if you need me for women and children, it's a segment for this kind of conversation. I will come on here, but I'm not coming on here for political conversation like that. The Cassell guy arrested. I don't care for those things. It don't send me no good.
When you part and parcel of a platform, we will discuss it in a chat room.
But
on the topic that we seem to discuss, we cannot be discussing children and protection services. What? Yeah, we will not be discussing that at all. That is the thing. Sometimes we will go political. Yeah, Francis, you wanted to say something.
Maybe let me just say something to my sister Hawa. You have a very good and genuine advocacies that you are pushing. Everything you say here tonight, it makes sense, and we got pictorial evidence to everything you said. But let me just tell you something. Yeah, the whole global village on the basis of international relations. There are two major powers, and one is higher than the other one, can subdue it. We got political power and we got economic power. And somebody can be worth $1 billion or $1 trillion. Political power can subdue them in a second. So everything we're talking, everything we want, all the good things we want, including our life to live, people in political authority decide that beside our God in heaven. They decide our fate in real time. What we eat, how we breathe, how we walk, how we move around. Imagine, they said Joe Weah had $84 million. He could not even buy a sport car. Today, that's in George Weah, because of political authority, he lives in a home that he doesn't pay for. Okay? And he decides literally how Liberians live today. So if we cannot do anything on the basis of advocacy and human rights and be successful without intervention of political authority. We must hold their feet to the fire. If we do not do it, all the things we're talking ain't gonna work. Because if we don't change the way we vote and the kind of people we vote for, the bar that we have set to vote, nothing gonna change. Nothing gonna change. Because why? We're talking about the judiciary, we're talking about the police, we're talking about the lawmakers. Let me tell you something who got more on their plate on the basis of our system. The presidency got everything on their plate. They can literally decide for the Supreme Court to hear your case or not to hear your case. It's a fact. We saw a kangaroo court placed inside the people's house and illegally convicted a former member of the justice or bench only because they made an opinion in timber, which is protected by law. All the subordinate judges, representatives, senators, their speeches are protected in timber. But we prosecuted somebody because we don't like them. Who made that decision? It is the executive that made that decision. When we were talking about Metal Steel gave a 94 pickups, Toyota pickups. What happened to the Metal Steel deal today? They got it the way it is. This government can say it's ugly. What did they do? They feed it. They gave the people additional 25 years. Who made that decision? Political authority through the president. When we talk about LEC today, they say LEC got some kind of contract with World Bank, with IMF, with all these people. When this government came to power, that contract was 2 years left. They extended it. Who made that decision? Representative and senator, he made that decision. The judiciary did not make that decision. The police people, he made that decision. George Weah and the executive marshal made that decision. So all the things we're talking, mama or my sister, political authority is responsible. It's responsible. Arizona Cummings got money, sufficient money based on our standard. He is equal, he can't get out. You know why? The Minister of Justice got a Solicitor General that keeping him in that court because of political authority. So we understand your point. We understand your advocacies. But all the thing we're talking is because Liberian people elected the worst citizen of our time as president. Somebody who said education don't matter. We just need to be here and we stay here and we do what we gotta do. When we tire, we give it to my gay. I don't want to mess it. Let me go to fire store and say, Eddie Kenya, myself here, we just talking after we talk, we give it to my gay. Okay? That cannot make me president. When the hair is rotting, when you get headache, Hawa, for example, you get headache. Can your body do anything? Your body cannot do nothing. So once the executive marshal is not okay in Liberia, there is no institution of government, including the police, will be okay. Because in the first place, the last 48 hours is plenty. The police department through the Minister of Justice would already have a subpoena from the court instead of giving you excuses. Oh, we will get to that one. We'll get to that one. We'll see whether we'll look inside the camera. No, follow the law. And all over the world, democratic countries, that's what people do, including America. Subpoena. Go to the court, they will give you authority, and they will give it on probable cause. That is why it is. So, my sister, we understand you. You coming on the show the day you want to come to talk about your advocacy on the basis of women's rights and children and all the things we talk about tonight, we will listen to you. But we cannot divorce from holding these murderers, call themselves politicians, statesmen. I don't want to give them that name, that's what they're supposed to be. We hire them and we pay them, and they're using our resources to kill us. That's what's going on. If you remove the people from power,
no problem. You can talk about it, but I'm saying if we're gonna do segments,
it's gonna be difficult to deal with it. Now the other guy has been exposed already. You see, this is why I say to even my private conversation with folks, I don't follow nobody. I follow philosophies. I don't follow you because your name is Hawa Meska. I follow what you say. The authenticity of what you say, you know, the sincerity that comes with that, the honesty and the integrity. That's what I follow. That's what I follow. It's a sad part of our country. People that are supposed to be serious, government is waiting, they're not even serious. They are forcing. They are so angry with each other. Animal farm. So you know what, Howard?
But I have a question for AB though. I have a question for AB.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me give you
I'm
time to
laughing because y'all want to nobody can persuade me. When I come here for a particular topic. Y'all might have segment on the topic. When y'all feeding with y'all women, the women talk and the children talk, then y'all can join to your political thing. But AB, my audience, I got people that follow me on my show. Some of them are saying that you came on the show and you said that you know Princess Killer. But if you know Princess Killer, then why are you wasting our time here?
You said something that is on my mind for me to be able to discuss tonight. That information was given to me. The wish of course, I will not be able to call the person name. I will not.
Of course, you can never call informants name for their security.
The person name. That's the reason why I said in this podcast. I said that let it ask the store manager, because Princess went there to the store manager. Princess did not go there by herself. She did not. The people that allow Princess to enter into the building, Princess said that I came to the store manager. So have they called the store manager for cautioning? No. Have they called the security in caution? Who asked Princess? Who do you come to? Have they called?
But since Patricia, I just asked that question. I don't know if you heard, if you hearing me.
Yeah, but
you said that you know Princess Killer. So if you know Princess Killer, that means you are a good person who can testify in this case, right?
Like I'm a good person who can testify in a case, like.
Because in any country, people can be informants and give a reliable information. You know a killer, so if you know a killer,
that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. What is it that the people have not cautioned, the people have not arrested the person what Princess went to? What is it that the people have not arrested the person what Princess went to? Why?
Well, we know Princess got a call and went to a location. The fact of the matter is,
she went to the location. She went to the location, and then she told the security people that I came to this person.
Yes, but I'm saying if we would know that.
Who was that person?
We will know that when you ask the inexperienced Moses kind of give us the full records. I will know.
Okay,
so you're asking for it.
Okay, all right. That is that. I am saying that let them ask the store manager, let them ask the security person who asked Princess, who you came to. And Princess was able to call the store manager. Let them ask them. Have they done that?
But you said the person worked in the government. Who is that person?
I am saying to you, I cannot call anyone name currently. I am not able to call anyone name at this point foul. And that is my right. That is my right to protect who gave me my information. And the person said, this person, and I am not to call the person until push comes.
I was not asking for the person who gave it. I'm asking for the person who you know that is the killer.
Yeah, but let the government do what I said first. Then they will find the answer. Let the government do what I said, then they will find the answer. But without that,
but why are we not talking about Princess' friend though? Princess have a friend that she called and she trusted. Where is her friend?
Her friend is gallivanting around Morovia, saying that she
Did her friend attend the protest today?
No.
Okay.
I have the protest clip here. I have the clip here.
I think you played that already, AB.
Yeah. No. That was the petition statement. I mean, I am saying where are all these questions that we are asking on the show?
Police people are supposed to be able to answer those questions if they have done their job professionally.
Okay.
So some of our followers are saying Brown envelope already gone.
Yeah,
the store manager is being heavily protected by the same police people.
They told 3,000 today for that social session that was called. 3,000 today.
Each.
But Abby, but my thing is, don't you think that you can be or help in this case if you know information? Why are you withholding it?
Yeah, I will withhold my informations until others are orders.
Why?
The police need to do their job,
because the police.
And not AB job.
Not my job.
But AB is a
people are not
patriotic
paying
citizen.
me. People are not. I'm a patriotic citizen. That's the reason why we come here on the talk show. We come here from our work. We come here to sit down to be able to give our people information. That's not my job, but I'm doing it because of the love of country. Have the police?
Okay. I'm just asking because I don't know the friend. So I know if my friend calls me and I die, and something happens to me, I die. I will call that my friend will be at that protest, speaking for me, giving a testimony for me, and even helping the police. Just giving a statement that she was my friend and me all thought is not enough. My eyes are still on. I need the boyfriend to be reinvestigated and the friend as well. That's what we are asking for. So I'm just saying that the reason you see I can't join, I can't take sides. Because I had to ask an honest question. I had to ask very fair question. If we coming on here, we're not playing fun. We're not doing.
No,
joking around. If somebody knows something, even if somebody knows something about my sister, there's an open platform. I want you to come in my inbox and tell me. I don't give information, people that give me information, but I will still come and say I got credit for information that something happened to my sister and I can prove that I know the person who killed her. That's what I'm saying. We're coming on here. We're not coming on here because for me, I'm not coming on here because I don't like George Weah or I hate him. I'm coming on here because I feel like George Weah don't have the vision for our country and people that are surrounded by him that not visionary and he still have them around him. Why? It's not a personal thing. It's a national issue thing for me. That's why I'm asking that question.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I understand all of that, and I totally agree with you. I believed that when the government is serious, then they will come to the facts. But the government is not serious. The job that the police are supposed to be doing. So you want for us. Some of our viewers want for us to go to do that job, what they have been paid
but
for.
Abraham, do you know that in this country, when the people say anonymous report, they got anonymous tip. Do you know that even the citizens can help the government to solve cases? Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, either more the government get on my nerves. If I have evidence to prove our victim's story, to know who hurt them, I can still work with this government to give them answers. I'm not in a position where I hate them to the fact I will withhold information. That's what I'm saying. If you have information, you know that even as they are incompetent, that will make you to even prove their incompetence. So why are you withholding information?
What information am I withholding? What information?
Okay,
the information that I'm withholding, I have laid out clearly here.
It's not your job, but I'm saying as patriotic Liberians, they say we are mandated to
clearly here.
Even though I don't have respect for this government, but because I love my country, if something happened to somebody and that person from Nigeria and I can give them information.
You know how many people that die into our country that they ask this government, they're toothless bulldog, that they ask them for them to go to order for Gifty Lama call log to see who was the last person that spoke to Gifty Lama. Up to now, does the government do that? Does this government done that? Does this government done that? Does this government done that? No. No. So they want for us. Somebody call me to give me information. And I will not call the person in, neither would I call the but I have laid two facts here tonight. I have said that let them ask the store manager who Princess went to.
So let me ask you a question now. If they ask the store manager withheld the information. The store manager is not a Liberian. You are the Liberian, and you have the information. That is to say, I the kind of person. Even though I don't like people, Abraham. Even though I don't like people, I can work with people who I don't even like because it's not about them. It's not about me. It's about my country. So if I have information, somebody call me and say somebody killed my sister, and I know that person will be my brother or my uncle, I will turn that person in. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you will turn that person in. But for me, for the kind of job that we are doing, for the fact that I have been in the business for more than 4 years, I will not do that. I will protect the person who gave me the information. I will protect the other person. Because
you see that food, Abraham, you see that food on your life. Somebody put on your life, you might block them. There's food on your opposition, you're breaking your own lives. The reason why some of us are not like you, I'm not a psychopath. Because me and AB not in a cult. I can tell him what I think, he doesn't what he think. I'm not psychopath. I don't agree with everybody. I don't agree because AB said yes, I go with him. That's the difference from me and y'all. Because I'm not a psychopath. I'm not in a society. So I don't have to agree with AB. When AB state his point, I can also state my point. My issue is in as much as this government is incompetent. If there's something that I got to protect a Liberian citizen, I'm not going to withhold it because I don't like the government. I will still give the information out. That's my point. So even show their incompetence more. That's my point.
We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. But that's how far I can go with this case.
You're an adult. You're an adult. It's your choice. I'm just laying on my view.
Yeah,
if I come on this platform and say I'm a justice defender, I have to speak the truth, and my conscience has to say when I'm going out my day and night, I must say I spoke something and I spoke it to the truth, and the truth shall set me free. That's what I'm saying. That's all.
Your view is respected here on this platform, and your view is giving much credence. But what I am saying, the
country is not about the president or the people that we don't like or whoever. I don't like people because I speak on their limitations. But I can't say I hate them to the fact where if I had information and somebody give me a credible information, I cannot tell them. Then that means I'm not being patriotic. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Samuel, go ahead.
With yourself.
Yeah, Naba.
I mean, I get him a Jew. I Costa when I get his beyond sending my brother, I got something with you. Who's on the benefit? I get with David right out there and tell you get uncle from out of you. So I big is that for our beyond the street and tell her to me. Hey, you're not going to
it bothers me. You know?
The people.
Yeah, Samuel, go ahead.
The people in Liberia, we told them they did not listen. And you see, one thing, AB, the signal that wants to drive the moth cannot look for the moth to enter. You know what you can look for, AB? They look for the nose to enter. You know why? Because the nose is always open and the mouth is most often closed. Let the Liberian people keep sitting there. The thing that will drive them off, they already finding the entrance and creeping on them small. They will get to it. They shouldn't wait for anybody to rescue them. They will have to rescue themselves. This is why sometimes when I hear people saying this guy going for another 6 years, sometimes these days when I hear people talking about we are re-election, I can just consider them to be mad people. I can consider them to be someone that got common sense. Because CDC paraded the street with caskets. Today what's happening? They invoke the spirit of death during campaign time. Today what's happening? Every street, every corner is experiencing death. Unreasonable death. Unexplained death. The young people just dying like crazy. And who were those that were supporting George Weah? The young people. The Liberian people think God in the business of sending angels from heaven now. Let them sit there, AB. Let them sit there and don't come to their senses and know that this guy administration is not in their interest, and the young will die enough. Let them keep wearing blue beret, red beret. They will learn the hard way. But thanks for the time, guys. I don't want to talk too much today, my birthday.
Thank you.
Wish you guys good luck. Every moment, call my Joe behind the scene and tell that news. I think it, please.
If their president was serious about justice, AB, you see, I kind of person, I don't even have to like somebody to work with them. If their president was a president who was serious and he wanted to carry Liberia forward, he would put serious people around him. I can come to the table to meet with anybody who talk about justice and want to get results. Not people now who are playing around. I don't like that. If he was serious about justice, they may even say the diaspora people, like the diaspora people that speak against him. He did not even want some of them to even sit at the table with him. If this man was a person who came to redeem our people, will sit at the table. I can help to find solutions. I don't hate him that much where I cannot find solutions for my people. They're not the kind of advocate I am. I'm not advocate for opposition. I'm advocate for Liberia. And that's why I'm saying tonight, if we have information and you are patriotic citizen of this country, we want to send Princess Cooper's story as an example that nobody can do anything bad in Liberia and continue to get away with it. It's not about Joshua. It's not about Musa Ding. It's not about gender music. They are already incompetent. It's about our people. If I have any information on any story in Liberia, I will not withhold it because I want people to get justice. I'm not an opposition advocate. I'm an advocate for Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you. My friend and brother, your closing statement.
I'm not closing right now. I got to do my commercial, okay, just so you know.
Yeah,
I want to say tonight is strictly about death. Okay, so please.
We're not talking about
allow me to enjoy my assessment. Okay, allow me to enjoy my assessment. Let me do my commercial, please. I beg. Special permission request. All right. So my people, it's a serious note. We are in trouble. Just we are leadership. We are in trouble. If somebody is incompetent, somebody ain't got no vision. You think they're going to bring people around and that got vision? When you're not smart, you don't want smart people around you, which is the opposite. I would think if you're not smart, you need to have smart people around you so they can help you out. But this man does not want anybody to critique him. When you critique him, you are enemy of the state. And the people around here are going to understand that perfectly. And I know some people that went to school with right here in America, graduate program. They are really good people. But the environment they find themselves in does not work the way it works here. Because this leader wants praise singer. And they are praising and they are singing to the way he wanted. So they got to beat the drum the way the dancer wanted. Okay? So the man travel, he go to Dubai, he come in, youth and spoke collect young people and carry them to RIA to sing for the president. And that's what the president like. That's the thing and be like that. What you expect, Hawa? Okay? I would think people who ain't got expertise in certain area, they call people near them. But this government want anybody that is critical. When you are critical, you are enemy of the state. That's their opinion, and that's the way they think, and that's the way they are administering the affairs of our people. And that's the reasons why there is no single investigation that is conclusive.
I don't care about Josh Weah and who he had to the airport. They think about me. Abby, my sister died in Liberia. So if you have information on my sister, you will not give me that information.
My friend, go ahead.
So let me finish. Let me finish. This is serious, but there is no way we can divorce the presidency out of this. There is no way we can divorce the authority, the political authority of our country out of this. There's no way you can do it because we have surrendered our political rights to them to study the affair of us for our happiness. They're not doing it. Can you discuss the matter and get it solved without measuring these people? We don't have to like them. We don't have to love them. We don't have to do anything. But we have to be holistic, and sincere with it. No way we're going to get this thing better when this group of people have a single mindset. It is their time to chop, not to lead. That's it. So we got to remove them. Let's do small business. However, just so you know, and our audience, we are running a Kamuma Multi-Services Consulting, KMC for short, and we help our community members with immigration because we are immigrants. So that's a good thing. So if you want something for your loved one, it could be husband, it could be wife, it could be fiancé, visa, it could be your children, or maybe you get some kind of immigration fund, you don't have no understanding about that. You know, all these small things, student visa and the likes. We are also licensed to do life insurance and auto insurance referrals, and we do not contest that. Please, my people, let me make the clarity. Let me make the clarity very fine. Because I've been getting some calls, people are not meeting up with a definition by different states. Not contested or uncontested or mutual consent. You and your partner agree your separate way. If you don't get that definition right, it means your partner not want a relationship, you say you don't want a relationship, and when we prepare the document, you can appear before the notary public and sign a seal and send it to the court. If you are in North Dakota here, I can do that for you. I'm not going to travel to New Jersey. I'm not going to travel to Pennsylvania because you don't got money for me. If you are in North Dakota here, I will be right here. We'll go to a notary, sign a seal, and give it to me. I'll take it to the district court. If you meet up with this simple definition of almost all the 50 states on the issue of not contested divorce, if you can't find your husband, you can't find your wife, you can't find your partner where they are, they can't give you information that is required by law, under family law, you're not qualified. Your situation is not qualified for not contested or mutual consent. Okay? They think me, both of you, you're agree, you're not forcing, you don't want to kill each other, you ain't calling police on each other. Okay? If you are involved in that category, find a family lawyer to pursue your divorce. Don't call me. If you understand the simple definition, you can call me. Okay? I will tell you better. But if you meet up with the thing that I just talked about, no wahala inside. You certify with everything, your partner certify with everything, you people are willing to do it, you're willing to give me the information as defined by law, then you don't call me. A simple definition, not contested, mutual consent. Please, the numbers are 701-330-4693. Again, 701-330-4697. 267-648-8012. Our WhatsApp number is the 267. If you are outside of this country, maybe you are in Liberia, you are in different country, you want to use WhatsApp, call the 267 number, all right? 267-648-8012. Again, consultation on the phone is free, okay? It's free and going to remain free. But please, stay within the confines of the definition, not contested. If you're not there, the way I said it, you won't understand it, call me back. So, back to our advocacies, all right? That is that. So, AB, you say I need to close, but I want Hawa to close first. Or she gone?
No, she not gone.
Okay, so let my sister close first. Then I can come second. Ladies and gentlemen, right? It's not gentlemen and ladies.
Yeah. So
I want my sister to close first.
Yeah.
But listen, y'all came on here, y'all two men then came on here to the Bible and say y'all came to ganga on me. The host of the show muted me because I was speaking and asking me tough questions.
No, I muted you because my co-host was speaking and you were just talking. I thought you was on the phone, so I muted you. I did not. I will not mute you because you come here to come talk. What? I cannot mute you for that. But all I thought you was on the phone, so that's the reason why I muted you until my co-host can be able to finish with his commercial. Go ahead.
Maybe I'm an intelligent woman. If I was on the phone, I would not be talking. That's rudeness, and that's not even etiquette. I was not on the phone. You knew why you muted me. Don't tell me to kind your show that you can't mute me. But like I said, though, I'm going to say
I can mute anybody. I can mute anybody. That does not mean anything. I can mute anybody.
Okay, you can mute anybody. We're all telling them. Okay, but anyways, that commercial where what Francis just put there, I don't care for that commercial because me, I get men here. I'm not bringing men from Liberia, so I don't care for it. Number two, I want you to look at my t-shirt. I just said no justice, no peace. That's it. There is no compromise here. So anybody out here, including the host of this show here, if you have information, this information is not, the particular princess case is not about this government. We are giving so many reasons why the government is incompetent. We know that. But we cannot withhold information and withhold justice because we don't like certain people or whatever. Like I said, I'm not opposition advocate. That's why some of the opposition, they don't even like me because I'm not their advocate. I don't advocate for them. I advocate for victims of Liberia. That's why I said, and until we can be true to our conscience and say, even though I don't like somebody, that's what makes some of us different. Even though I can't stand that person, but you know what happened? My mind can say I can hold my stomach and say I can hold my heart, and say I will work with that person to bring true change to our country. That's what some of us believe. I believe in the Thomas Sankara rule that whoever that comes to the table that bring results to the table, you can work with that person. I don't have to be from Grand Cape Man to only work with people from Grand Cape Man. I can work with somebody from any county if they have the true interest of Liberia. The Princess Cooper story today is not because of this government. It just shows their limitations more. But we cannot withhold justice for a Liberian citizen because we don't like certain people. That's my talk on here. We must give our people the answers regardless of who we don't like. Some of them, when you see them in America, they say they advocate. Some of them will never work with certain people because they don't like them. Even me, there's some of them that don't like me. But I don't care about that. For me, I can work with anybody who will say, we did something wrong. We may not agree on everything, but let's come to the table. So that the reason why I will when I come on your platform here when you're speaking about women and children issue, I will come. Even though I don't agree with you on a lot of things, but I will come. Because I'm coming not because of AB or the Abraka show. I'm coming because there are children in Liberia, there are women in Liberia who may not have the confidence as me, the courage as me, may not be safe as me to speak the way I come here for. But I'm not coming here because I'm a person who just hates other people. No, I speak about their incompetence, but I don't hate them. So if I have any information that will bring justice to our people and my own sister, I will talk it because I want better for my country. And that's my point. Yo, thank you for having me and thank you for bringing me on this platform. Like I said, anything concerning women and children on any platform, because somebody they cannot stand me. They say I'm arrogant, I'm aggressive. They will not invite me because they don't want to hear the raw story. But I thank you for even allowing me to have a space on this platform. That's what I'm saying. But when we come here for serious business. We're not coming here to find out who leader go, how many girlfriend they got. I'm not here for that. I'm here to get on national issues. That's what I'm here for.
Okay. Your point is well taken, and I can understand from the point where you speak. I can clearly understand that. But I have provided information that I have with me, and I can stop only to that information until others were others. Nobody can push me to a certain extent for me to say things that I am not ready to say, or things that I'm not prepared to say, or things that I don't have factual information on to say. What I have said, it is that. So thank you very much for coming, and we appreciate you. And I think
I don't have to get the name of my man. My man is my man. It's nobody's business.
What's going on, Hawa?
I didn't finish when I reading my comment. Somebody asked me, who is my man? Which one is your business? My man is my man. Not nobody's business.
So in terms of
maybe they want to know your man. Why not?
In terms of any discussion that we are having that have to do with
that man should be a quiet person, I guess.
Women,
yeah, he's very quiet and he's very confident and he has patience. That's why he deal with me. That's why I like him.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
So in terms of this platform, anytime that we're discussing issues of women and children, people deaf, we will contact you, and you will definitely, and I know that you will be willing to come on this platform. Thank you.
Yes, I will.
Thank you, and have a nice
And we are asking the government of Liberia, the people of Liberia, to put everything aside, tribal, whatever. We need justice. We need justice yesterday. We needed the day before. We needed 9. We needed today. And anybody who wants to come to the table to us when it comes to justice, will come. Let me just be clear. I'm not speaking because I hate people. I'm speaking because I'm tired with the nonsense in our country and I want change. Anybody who is willing to come to the table, I am willing to come to that table when it involves justice. And that's my honest truth. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you. My friend and brother, your closing statement.
Yeah, okay. AB, it's a dark day for Liberia, to say the least. However, we will not give up. We will not give up. We we keep doing what we are doing whenever God gives us the opportunity to do so. But Liberia's story is not about the people. It is about the government that have come and gone. And until the leader of our government can say enough is enough, I know we're making small strides, small improvement, but it's not enough. This is the first society in my adult life I have seen that the people of Liberia, their government come and go, continue to live in vicious cycles of problems and issues that in the first place got us to where we are. So I do not have problem with anybody who is angry, who is frustrated, and they vent out their frustration through quote unquote raw talking. I got no problem with that. But the only thing I can do, I can also use my fundamental right that I have. I can decide to listen to that person. I can decide not to listen to them. There are a lot of people say Prophet Guy costs a lot. But guess what? Most women, especially African women, like costs. But they're not the 21st African women, though. Especially Liberian women, they like the cost. Because it is like the Prophet Guy followers, majority are women. Okay? Majority are women. Some of them say Costa is a rude boy. He got big mouth. He got bad mouth. But why they are following Costa? Why they're not using their fundamental right now to follow Costa? Even the people who portray themselves to be opposition to what Costa is saying, they also follow him, including George Weah. So everybody, one way or the other, if you ask me tonight where I want to live in Liberia. I don't want to live here. But I do not want to live in Liberia today. The Liberia I know today, I don't want to live there. If my hair hear me, I will die. And you know, sometimes we say, the way we say, people get problem, but the fact is the fight. Majority of West African countries, before the war, they were going to JFK. They were finished about 17, 18 years now, since 2003. How can JFK pre-war status cannot be restored? How come we cannot get basic services like water, like stable electricity for our airports, for our street? Now, the number one fundamental right or fundamental responsibility, not a right, a fundamental responsibility of the government is to guarantee protection and security of its people. The government now is reneging on that. So where we are now is what we call survival of the fittest. Our people continue to live in hopelessness, fear, lack of courage, and lack of motivation. How can they protest? Most of our people, including those who are quote-unquote educated, get a little bit of money, they follow the politics of the day. When it was their issue directly connected to George Weah and the First Lady, we saw them in their majority on the street protesting on behalf of the First Lady because somebody put something in the book. Why they're not protesting for their own security? Something that is guaranteed under the law. Free speech consists of oral or verbal talking, newspaper publication, writing book and publishing, all that one. It is protected by law. How can you chase somebody? How can you dissent on somebody? Okay, let's hold it constant. The people protest that they are right. If they have a proper right and Dr. Clark right to publish a book too. Why you descending on them? And you can't descend on your government for doing wrong. For all these people that have been killed illegally, you cannot even have a legitimate protest. Sincere. For your own right. And we sit here and speak on your behalf and we send you money. You think we change the system over there? You live there. You live there. And just to provide this correction a little bit, as per our sister, we too don't hate nobody. I cannot speak for AB, but I can speak for myself. I don't hate nobody. I love George because he's our leader. The Bible talk about it. The Quran talk about it. That there is a spiritual authority, but there is a human authority. That human authority is the government. And the Bible and the Quran agree with that we should provide them respect. Because there's an ordination, spiritual ordination, for majority of the people in the specific country to vote for a group of people. But on the political side, we can use the social contract theory. If it doesn't work, then we can use the Rousseau theory. We should force the people out of power. Because they have subjected us to abject poverty, cruelty, and gross violation of human rights. If you eating food every time you get your dog on, the day you push that dog to the wall, that dog gonna bite you. We are not inciting nobody. But we are telling the government and our people, this thing must stop. Because this is the very thing that got us to where we are. Why we not stopping it? And the ordinary people down there, they ain't got food to eat. Maybe for God in heaven's sake, that the seat of the government, Morovia, is not secure. What about my hometown in Lofa County, Popala? What about Rubber Sport? What about Grand Gide? What about Nimba County, Ganta? We don't even know what's going on in those places. And we don't even have an open system. You don't even have journalists and police all over the place. No, we don't. What is the government plan? No plan. All they're telling us, it is our time. And that their time is not to provide genuine leadership. It is steal money. And use the very money to abuse our people. And that is why we are committing ourselves to come here every night to do our part. You're the Liberian people, you got to do your part. And the way you do your part, you got to show up. American airports, every airport you go to in the country, you will hear that small announcement, send out 11. If you see something, say something. Power is corrupt and absolute power is absolutely corrupt. Woodrow Wilson said it. The true color of a man, you can only know the true color of a man if you give them power. Now we know the true color of Joshua. He's corrupt man. Massively corrupt. And everybody that surrounded him, they are just the same. Because he's the one that giving them the motivation. And the way to change that, and we can't show no concern this time because we don't want the people to chase us using our power to buy AK-47 and give it to their elite police people. Okay. 2023, you need to showcase at the ballot box. Vote right. I'm not even telling you who to vote for, but you need to vote right. You need to change these people. I'm not coming to Liberia to vote.
Thank you.
Because I don't want to have headache in that plane and go to JFK. I don't have a bed.
Thank you.
Okay? So my people, if you can't show all, which is your fundamental right under the Constitution, all power is inherent in the people, you cannot show up to show concern on the basis of what is going on, bad governance, to a point where your life is involved now, to a point where it could be anything according to unconfirmed report. This one we're going to check on it. Air France will soon stop going to Liberia. Let me recap a little bit.
Thank you.
Air France will soon stop going to Liberia. Those of us that are here. The same thing happened to Delta Airline. Under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Delta Airline put up money to get the runway better. They didn't do it, they ate the money. Delta Airline pulled up. Okay? Air France will soon be doing it because why? The hospital is very, very, very important. But when you're in that air, it's even more Dangerous for light to go off at the airport there. Anything else. You know what? If that pilot don't see, everybody die. That's what it means, my people. We gotta give it to you raw. If our airport will not have light, president in the plea coming down, we don't get. I don't want to use the F word, but you know why? The people what say the Americans they can't sleep. The issue of infrastructural development and doing things better and getting competent people to do the job for the people of Liberia will refuse to do it. I'm not going to wish for anybody death, but just that part. The people what say the Americans they can't sleep.
Thank you.
If our airport is not up to standard and airplane will be going there, no light, hey, my people, Air Morocco said will not take the risks. They're going to tell the government they need to do it, they're going to fall back. So my people, you all got to vote right. If you can't show up to protest, to assemble, and tell your government the thing he's doing, enough is enough, okay, that's fine. 2023 is right around the corner, October. You need to vote right. All the things we're talking, if you don't vote right, if you're a mama, let me use my brother word. If you're a mama, you will go back to the same vicious cycle. Struggle continue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for following us.
Thank you. I want to take the time to tell every one of you thank you here tonight for tuning in. You know, I saw a comment, somebody said you're supposed to Google Hawa before you invite her. I know my sisters. I know my sister can ask sometimes hard questions, and she need an answer. The way you will respond to female is quite different from the way you respond to male. The way you respond to female asking you, it is quite different from the way you will respond to male. If you don't do that, then you and then will go at knucklehead, and that's what I never wanted. How I have my respect. It was not me that came on this show that asked the Justice Minister before they closed that man business center today that they have to call the police guy who were dead, who asked Howard, that they have to call, invite them for investigations. Who provided them with that information was me. Also, I gave you the information. I should give you the pen to write the information with.
You give the woman, you give the bed.
Yeah.
So they can have jolly. That's what the
not
grandpa
me.
said. That's what it means.
That's not me. No question our 6 hour act here that was difficult for me. No. Because I have tougher question. My training classes, what I went through too soon. There were tough guys, tough women of our party. So don't think it was the outlaw respect for women. Anyone who feel that you can come here to ask to give her tougher questions, I will invite you. But we ourselves, me and Francis, will come from work. We'll come here to sit down to give you guys information that will pay our personal money from. So, folks, want to tell you thank you. Thank you for tuning in to come to listen to it, and all our YouTube subscribers. Thank you too. This too must come to pass. Thank you.
Yeah, AB, just a second. Let me announce the WhatsApp number again.
Yeah.
So, folks, our WhatsApp number for KMC is 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. Have a nice night. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
On big darkness,
Big oppositions.
when black people in the land, one I make and one I let giant. To have a man, I can one I make must come down. Really, that play you stepping and I'm sure play. Oh, when I'm begging you, say, you gotta come down. FIFA around.
Now I would like to come to the very, very end of the Manesan Abraka Talk Show. See you when I see you.
Take a calm down.